Yeah. This guy. Good job. You guys watch that?
Yeah. In between computer screens, Gary.
Yeah. I've got the computer, iPad.
We've got 3 screens in front of us.
To the 30th of September 2024. Tonight's event would not be possible without the generous support of our incredible sponsors, and a heartfelt thank you to Spot On Hose and Fittings for their unwavering support. The IF project with Clint Hoffman for the innovative vision and dedication that you do yourself a favour and download that app, because it's an amazing tool for people, and especially men that are struggling with life, and the IF app is definitely a must get app. I'd also like to thank the Mildura Rural City Council for their invaluable assistance in allowing us to come to Mildura and play what is going to be an exciting T20 competition. And finally, visit Mildura for showcasing this stunning region and helping us make this event a reality. I'd also like to extend our deepest gratitude to the team at BeLive for their outstanding efforts in bringing this production to life, and a special mention to Todd Wardrop, who's a long-time friend of mine. We connected in Willowfest about 10 years ago, and we're reconnecting again tonight. So he's provided some exceptional work and dedication in producing tonight's show. So thanks, mate, for all the work that you're doing behind the scenes and making me look good. So well done to you, because that's a hard task. Your contributions have been instrumental in making this event a success. So sit back, relax and enjoy the evening as we embark on this exciting journey together. Tonight's been probably 10 years in the making for myself, and I'm really looking forward to showcasing what we're going to do tonight. So welcome to the IF Project Spirit of Cricket Live Player Draft. So let's let the draft begin. So first of all, let's take a moment to refresh everyone's memory and recognise the 8 fantastic franchise owners who've been instrumental in generating interest in both Australia and New Zealand. So our franchise teams are the Saxon Kings, owned by Paul Atfield, EV2 Cricket, and the owner is John Short. The Spot On Strikers out of New South Wales in Jeff Charlesworth. Team Thunder from the illustrious Kevin Mason, who's currently in Malaysia and watching on, so a big shout out to you. To the Blooming Mines Sandgropers and Todd Zani, an amazing effort out of the West, and we're really looking forward to engaging with Western Australia for this tournament. To the Australian Pavilion out of South Australia, and Irfan Hashmi is the owner there, and he's got some amazing memorabilia in what he's launching, which is the Australian Pavilion, so an opportunity to have a look at some of that. We then head back up north into Queensland to the RJR All-Stars, and Jason Simmons is the owner there. And then we head back down south to Victoria again, and the Lightning Storm, who are owned by David Roach. These franchise owners have shown incredible support and enthusiasm, helping us to make this tournament a reality. And so now let's spotlight the exceptional talent and leadership that our team captains have, and they've already been announced, and we'll go through those very quickly now. So the Saxon Kings will be headed up by Andrew Sharp. EV2 Cricket by Andrew Kratzman. The spot on strikers is going to be skippered by Matthew Everest, our New Zealand skipper in the tournament. Team Thunder will be headed up by Matty Lewis from New South Wales. The Blooming Mind Sandgropers are going to be led by Anthony Barranca, who's returned from a successful UK tour. And the Australian Pavilion will be headed up by Leith Dawes. The RJR All-Stars are going to be headed up by Jason Lavender. And the Lightning Storm headed up by Darryl Brown. So these captains bring not only their exceptional cricket skills, but also their leadership and passion for the game. And I'm extremely excited to see them in action and lead their franchises as we head towards Mildura to something really exciting. So, first of all, what I'm going to do now is we're now going to announce the vice captains for each of our franchises. And first of all, we're going to head over to the Saxon Kings, and we're going to catch up with franchise owner Paul Atfield. And it's great to see you here, Paul, and we're really thrilled to have you on board tonight. And we'd like you to outline and share your insights into your player strategy, and then also reveal your chosen vice captain.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Telf. Yeah, look, we're all looking forward to obviously being involved. Thanks, obviously, for the invitation early days. We have no strategy at all. We're basically going to have a good time. No, all seriously, we're going to have good blokes and who play good cricket, and that's our strategy. Obviously, we're Andrew Sharp is our captain, as we know, and obviously we've got an absolute fantastic Queenslander. Clint Keeble as our vice captain, and as I said, we're looking forward to the whole sort of show, I guess we'd call it. So our policy is good cricket with good blokes. That's basically what we're about.
Fantastic. And just so you know, it's pronounced Keble, Clint Keble, Paul. But he's an absolutely ripper bloke. He is the captain of the current Queensland Division 1 team that won the Nationals in Victoria. He's recently toured the UK with the Australian team, and he's a middle to top order batsman. So congratulations to Clint Keble for joining the Saxon Kings. Now we're going to head over to EV2 Cricket, led by their franchise owner, John Short. Shorty, it's great to have you on board tonight, and it's an honour to have you here. Please come up, let's tell us and enlighten us on your franchise strategy, and then get on and announce your vice captain.
Yeah, same story. I want to make sure that everyone's having fun. Yeah, good characters, a bit of competition. I got Kratzky in my team. You know, it's going to be competitive. He's going to play hard and try hard all day, all week. So yeah, and of course to add to that, we've got the wild thing, Damien Mick, the Townsville boy, who's going to be my vice captain. So yeah, we're going to have a good time. Got a couple of competitors in there, and yeah, have a bit of fun and try to stay uninjured.
Wonderful stuff, and congratulations to Miki. And yes, Shorty, you summed it up. He's definitely the wild thing. We've had him in the clubhouse previously, and he's definitely a world beater on the international stage, having represented Australia at World Cups over in New Zealand, and recently the successful Aussies led and won the Marlborough Cup. So Miki, well done, congratulations. He is the vice captain of EV2 Cricket. Now we're going to head over to the spot on strikers, and we're going to catch up with Jeff Charlesworth. Chiller, welcome aboard, mate. I'm really excited to have you on board and supporting us. Tell us your plans for your team, and then obviously announce your vice captain.
Thanks, Toff. My strategy, simple. Try and pick what the others didn't pick. So that was my strategy. Yeah, I just wanted to say that we've got a gentleman by the name of Simon Tape as our vice captain, which we're looking forward to. Being very competitive outside. So yeah.
Yeah, wonderful stuff. And obviously you've got Matty Everest as captain, and Simon Tate. He's from South Australia. He's a hard-hitting batsman, middle order batsman, renowned for hitting sixes, and he's also an opening bowler, bowls outswing for the South Australian Silverback. So well done to Tapey. Congratulations on joining the spot on strikers. It's a great addition to your team, Jeff. Well done to you. Now we're going to head over to Team Thunder, and as I said, Kevy Mason's the owner there, but Matty Lewis has stepped in to fill his shoes. And Matty, it's great to see you here tonight. Maybe share a bit about your strategic vision, and then obviously announce your vice captain.
Look, we're not any different to any other side. We're looking at our culture, making it fun, and so if we can have fun together, we can then express ourselves and express our talent, and hopefully, if we're executing well, we can be in a position to be quite relentless in our games. Hopefully. We've done our homework. I'm sure we can come up with a great team, but a lot will depend on the luck tonight. Our vice captain, someone I've known for over 30 years, is a great bloke, and he is a Division 1 New South Wales player, Simon Neach.
Well done, great pick there, Matty. Simon Neach. As you said, he's a New South Wales Division 1 player, a very talented all-rounder, and also a very attacking batsman. And I think he had a few moments in the recent tournament up in Queensland where he performed quite well. So looking forward to Simon being part of that leadership group at the Team Thunder. Now we're going to head across to the man that's just got back. He's probably got jet lag. He's from the Blooming Mine Sandgropers, and we're delighted to invite Anthony Barranca to the table tonight. And I'm really looking forward to hearing what your plans are. The Sandgropers have probably been the most active and aggressive group of all the 8 franchises, and then maybe reveal your vice captain, mate.
Morning, Telf, and everyone online. Yeah, we've had a few blokes in the background doing a lot of work. So, it's been, I've been quite impressed with our owners, Todd Zaney, Mike Beer, Colin, guys in the background. Obviously, like everything, we want to enjoy ourselves and pick blokes that are like-minded and want to have a lot of fun. But we are targeting the better players, and we've got our players that we've got in mind, but obviously they're going to go certain times. But yeah, our vice captain is a great friend of mine, Stephen Gollan, Division 1 player. He's been to the World Cup in South Africa with him. He brings a nice, level, calm head. So really looking forward to working with him and the rest of the team.
Wonderful stuff, Fuzz. And golly, Father Time, I think I call him, and he's become a great mate and a fantastic supporter of the spirit of cricket over the last 3 or 4 years. And it's an absolute pleasure to see him as the vice captain of the Sandgropers. So well done to you, golly. Now we're going to head to the Australian Pavilion, and that franchise is led by and owned by Irfan Hashmi. I've only become acquainted with Irfan in the last probably 3 or 4 months, and it's been an absolute pleasure to have him on board and be a part of this exciting tournament. And we welcome you here, and would love to hear what your strategy is, and then also announce your vice captain.
Good evening, and thank you very much for having me. It's a huge privilege for me to be here, and being as a cricket lover, we don't have any specific strategy, but just to have a good cricket team and have fun and making new friends. Beside that, we have a very good player for our team, which is number 49, Richard Gabb, Adelaide Ranella player, and he has been part of state team and also played cricket with a lot of our players. So that's from my side. Thank you.
Wonderful stuff, Irfan. Yeah, Richard Gabb, he's an opening batsman, a hard hitting, attacking opening bat, also a backstopper. So I love the man. He's a very classy keeper. He has represented Australia in the World Cup as one of the 2 keepers over there with Anthony Barranca. And he will definitely set the standard behind the stumps for the Australian Pavilion team. So congratulations to you, Gabby. Now we head over to the RJR All-Stars, and we catch up with Jason Simmons. I met Simo for the first time over in New Zealand when we took the Spirit of Cricket team over there, and I tell you what, we had an absolute ripper time there and became great mates out of that, and now he's jumped on board as a franchise owner. Simo, welcome, mate, and it's great to have you here. Share your approach tonight in the draft. I've got a bit of inside information about your approach, but I'd love to hear what that's going to be, and then obviously announce your vice captain.
Oh, look, pleasure to be here, Telf. I take this view through probably most of my cricket through the years. It's just go out there and have some fun, be competitive, play the game in the way you hope it should be played. And we probably look at that through our selection policies, looking for good blokes, good cricketers, competitive people. I've obviously played a lot with Flavey, so he's my skipper, and I've played a lot against my vice captain back in the day. But great to be playing with him now on the Gold Coast, and Gary Lovett will bring a lot of experience and quality to our side.
Yeah, wonderful stuff. Great choice. An absolute ripper bloke, a legend and well liked right across veteran circles right around Australia. And Gary Lovett. He's a gifted all-rounder, bowls a few nude nuts and a very attacking batsman, super fit and an athlete in the field, and I'm sure he's going to make a difference cutting off those singles and boundaries and all of that stuff. He has represented Queensland in Division 1. He's also represented Australia at the World Cup and at other times, and it's great to have Gary on board as your vice-captain, so well done to you, Gary. Now, where are we heading? We're heading off to Lightning Storm, and that's led by franchise owner David Roach, or should I say owned by David Roach. Roach, it's great to have you on board, and we're really thrilled to have you as part of our franchise owner group. I'd love to hear your insights. I know how you play the game. I know you play hard and you play fair, but I'm really intrigued to see what sort of team you put on the park, and then also announce your vice-captain too.
Thanks, Telf. Can I just say a quick congratulations to the Australian boys over in England. It's always good getting one up on the Poms, and obviously done a great job, so well done to those boys. Our captain Darryl Brown, who played 3 or 4 one-day internationals for the West Indies back in the day, a long time ago, but he'll be our captain, and our vice-captain will be Mason Robinson from New Zealand.
Yep, wonderful.
Meso is the wicketkeeper. I think he's the number 1 wicketkeeper in the world that I've seen anyway. And also a top order bat, hard-hitting top order bat. So I think brings a level of international experience like Randy does. He's been around a while now behind the stumps. And his knowledge of some of the New Zealand boys also, I'm hoping helps us a little bit, which would be great. And look, I suppose why we want to play the game is obviously, like everyone else, want to pick the best team you possibly can. That's not going to be easy with the draft, obviously, but I think as long as the blokes are coming for the right reasons and want to win, because that's certainly what we're playing for, but also want to have a good time and a laugh on the ground, but also off the ground too. I think it's important that you gel as a team and with your new teammates, because we're going to be playing with a lot of blokes we haven't played with before. So I think that's really important, mate.
Wonderful stuff, Roachy, and congratulations to Mason Robinson, and thanks, Roachy, for a great analysis of the man. He is a legend. Being a keeper myself, I have a soft spot for Mason Robinson, having watched him a number of times on YouTube and got to see his handy glove work. I think, Roachy, you summed it up. He's probably one of the better keepers playing over 50s cricket around the world. So welcome aboard, Mason Robinson, and vice-captain of the Lightning Storm. All right, so we now have everything locked away. We've got our franchise owners, we've got our 8 franchise names, we've got our 8 captains, we've got our vice-captains. It's about that time of the night where we start to get into the real, I guess, crunch of the whole draft, and that's to get these players announced. And we're going to head over to Paul Atfield shortly to get his number 1 pick. But just a bit of an explanation on how the draft is going to work tonight. The draft order was randomly selected by each of the franchise owners, and we drew their numbers out of a barrel, and from 1 to 8 they were selected in their order. So the order that you see tonight, as I said, was completely random. So what will happen is we will start by introducing Paul shortly. A 30-second clock will come up on the screen. He will have 30 seconds to announce his player, and once he's done that, we will then move on and start the stop clock for the next franchise, and they'll have 30 seconds. While that's happening, I'll give you a bit of background on each of the players that is selected, and then we will proceed through the first 8 rounds. We'll have a quick break at round 8, play a couple of TV commercials, and then we'll come back and have a look at the first 8 rounds across those 8 franchises very quickly, and then we'll proceed into the second part of the night. So that's how it's going to work tonight. It's going to be action-packed. I don't know how these franchise owners are going to go with the selection of their players. We had a bit of a draft run today, and I tell you what, it was all chaos here in the studio at SOC TV. So hang on tight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be quick, and it's going to be great to see the strategies that come into play from these franchise owners. So let's now go to round 1. Number 1 pick for the Spirit of Cricket inaugural tournament for 2024. Paul Hatfield. The clock starts now, mate. And we are going to allow you the 30 seconds if you want to take it, and then we'll come back to you and you can announce who your number 1 draft pick is for the Spirit of Cricket. So whenever you're ready, you can let us have it.
I'm all nervous.
You're nervous?
Okay, I obviously the boys are overseas. Obviously Clint and Sharp are overseas, so they've given me their number 1 pick, which is 110, Stephen Mace.
Wonderful stuff. I think he's actually player number 109, according to my list. So 109 is Stephen Mace. Stephen Mace is draft number 1 pick. We're going to start the clock for EV2 cricket now, so that's now started. A little bit on Macey. Obviously, he's a world-renowned opening batsman. He's represented Australia at the World Cups. He's probably in the top 2 or 3 leading run scorers in over 50s cricket in the world. He had a very successful campaign over in the UK. So great choice, number 1 pick, Stephen Mace. And congratulations to you, Macey. And now we'll come back to EV2 for their pick. Pick number?
Don't know the number, sorry. Ashley Sipple.
Ashley Sipple. So he is, let's have a quick scroll down here. He is number 169. So congratulations to Ashley Sipple. We'll now start the stop clock for spot-on strikers, and then we'll talk about Ashley Sipple. So Ashley Sipple's played Queensland First Division over 50s at Nationals last year. He's also represented Australia at the recent over 50s tour of New Zealand. He is a middle order batsman, left-hander, quite unique, and he bowls a little bit as well. He is from Redgate in Queensland, so congratulations to you, Ashley Sipple. Now we're going to head to Jeff Chiller for the spot-on strikers. Your pick, mate?
Player number 50, John Gary.
John Gary, player number 50. Wonderful stuff, John Gary. We'll come back to him a little bit. We'll start the stop clock for Team Thunder, and their clock has started now. A bit on John Gary. Obviously, he's out of Christchurch in New Zealand. He's a right-hand batsman, bowls a bit of right arm off spin. He's participated in the World Cup. He's played in South Africa. He recently was in the Australian or the New Zealand team. And is in the current World Cup for New Zealand. So great choice there, Jeff, a quality batsman there. And I know that John was sought after by a lot of the franchises that are sitting there, so great choice. Now we're going to come to Team Thunder. Matty Lewis, your pick, please.
Our first pick will be player number 186, Simon Waddington.
Number 186, Simon Waddington. He's all the way down the bottom of my screen. He's from Manly Vale, New South Wales. We'll start the shot clock now for the Sandgropers. And that's away, Simon Waddington. And he is from Manly Vale, New South Wales. He's a right-hand bat. Bowls left arm off spin. If you caught up with him during the recent tour of the UK, he took quite a number of wickets. He also was instrumental in a few games in the middle order, making some runs. He's played New South Wales Premier Cricket, first grade for Northern Districts and Manly. He's played 5 New South Wales second 11 matches as well. So classy cricketer there. We'll now come to Fuzz, Anthony Barranca from the Sandgropers. Your player number and player name, thank you.
Yeah, Telf, we're going to go with player number 131, Robert Nichols.
131, Robert Nichols. Sounds like a smoky, I think, but anyway, I'll tell you what, he's from Kingsley in Western Australia. And we'll come back to him. We'll start the shot clock for Australian Pavilion. So Robert Nichols, he's a right-hand batsman, medium pace bowler, middle order bats 5 to 7. He's only just recently started playing cricket after a lengthy hiatus. Prior to that, he's played Premier Cricket in South Australia and New South Wales, and he's also a league pro in the UK. Pretty good credentials there for a quality player. And now we'll come across to Irfan from the Australian Pavilion and get his pick.
Number 69, Tim Heisman.
Number 69, Tim Heisman from South Australia, Melbourne in South Australia. Fantastic choice there, quality player. We'll come back to him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock for RJR Sports, and we'll come and have a closer look at Tim Heisman. He's a right-hand bat, medium bowler, right arm. He's a top order bat, bats 3 or 4. He's a first grade player in South Australia. He is a winner of the Bradman Medal, which is the award for A grade cricket here in South Australia. He recently played in the Australian over 50s team of the recent New Zealand tour. So a quality pick there by the Australian Pavilion in Tim Heisman. Now we'll come to RJR Sports, and Simo, your first pick, player number and player, thanks.
Player number 119, Scott McIntosh.
119, Scott McIntosh. Nice choice there, Simo. And we'll start the shot clock for Lightning Storm. Scott McIntosh, Batto Bay in New South Wales, right hand opening bat. And he's a former West Australian, now playing in New South Wales in the Division 1 team. He's a Central Coast Cyclones player. He's an aggressive, big hitting opening batsman, and obviously impressed Simo during the recent tournament up in Queensland. I heard he hit Simo for 6, so if you can hit Simo for 6, obviously he's a class player. Now we'll come to Lightning Storm for their first pick. And Scotty, you've jumped in. Roachie's been given the sack.
Yeah, Telf, how you going? Our first pick for Lightning Storm is player number 39, Grant Dew.
Player number 39 is Grant Dew from St Albans Park in Victoria. A great pick, and we'll start the shot clock again for Lightning Storm, and this is why Roachie's probably going flat out at the moment, because you will have the next pick. So we'll stay with you on screen there, I think, Scotty. And Grant Dew, a right-hand bat, right arm off spin, top order, 3 or 4 batsmen. Australian over 50s representative of the UK tour. He took a load of wickets over there in England. He's represented Victoria in Division 1 at both the 2023 and 24 Nationals. He's looking to obviously compete in the World Cup. Let's see how he goes. He's from Geelong. He's playing in the over 50s team down there in the Saxon Shield. A great choice first up, and a very good option for a spinner and batsman, mate. Scotty, we'll go straight to you again for your second pick, and that's the first round, or first pick of round 2.
Okay, so our second pick, the first pick of round 2 is player number 118, Scott McCarty.
118, Scott McCarty. He hails from Wellington, New Zealand. Very, very good choice, I would think, there. And we will start the shot clock, or the stop clock. I'll get it right by the end of the night. I'm going to get to say that a lot through the night for RJR Sports. But Scott McCarty, he hails out of Wellington, New Zealand. He's a right-hand bat, a medium right-arm fast bowler. He's a top order 3 or 4 bat, a former first-class player. He's currently the captain of the Wellington Tasman over 50s national team, and they are the champions. He's also a member of the New Zealand over 50s team and competed in the World Cup as well. So great pick there from the Lightning Storm. Now we'll head to Simo. You can give us your next pick for round 2, please.
Player number 75, Ben Homan.
Ben Homan hails out of Stoke in Nelson, I believe. I think that's right. If I got it wrong, I'm really sorry. But Ben Homan, he's a New Zealander, and we'll come back to him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock now for Australian Pavilion, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at Ben Homan. Ben Homan, right-hand bat, medium bowler, right armour, bats in the middle order. He's a New Zealand over 50s World Cup player from 2024. He's an opening bowler, bat 6. He's a super fit guy and a great pick-up there for the RJR team. So well done to Ben and to the team. We're now going to go across to Irfan for his second pick.
Yep, for our second pick, player number 28,
Sorry?
Graham Crawford from South Australia.
Graham Crawford, pick number 2 for you guys. Graham Crawford from West Lakes in South Australia. I'll come back to him. We'll start the shot clock now for the Sangroper franchise, and we'll have a look at Graham Crawford. Graham Crawford, he's one of my best mates in Adelaide, actually. He's a Pommy and he's proud of it, and he's taken a beating from me over the last few months with the Aussies, winning the Ashes and all of the stuff that we've done. So it's great to have him on board. Great to see him pick so high. He's a right-hand attacking opening batsman. He also bowls right-arm off-spin. He's played county cricket in England with Surrey. He's a class cricketer. He's played in the Surrey Championships and he moved to Australia in 2011. He currently played cricket at Woodville. And he's also the premiership captain of the Adelaide Easies in the Savka competition. So well done to you, Crawf. And we'll now go across to Anthony Baranka from the Sandgropers for their next pick.
Golf, we are going to pick player 187, Ben Warren.
Benny Warren from New Zealand, I think, 187. Very good, Benny Warren. He's from he's from Bay of Plenty in New Zealand. So well done to you. We'll come back and look at yours, and we'll start the stop clock for the spot on strikers now. So Benny Warren, as I said, he's out of Katakati, Bay of Plenty in New Zealand. He's a right-hand bat, right arm off spin. He's a top order 3 or 4. He's played for New Zealand A in the over 50s in the recent quad series. As I said, he's an all-rounder. He's a very quick fielder, so super lightning. Played as an overseas pro in the 90s and still plays a bit of grade cricket, including some T20. He's a sixes specialist, apparently, according to his bio, so I guess we'll have to wait and see there. He has played at Scotland and... did I? And I missed the spot on strikers, did I? Who have I missed?
Team Thunder.
I missed Team Thunder. Hello, Matty. How did I miss you? Didn't I start the stop clock? Has he had 30 seconds? He's had 30 seconds. All right. I got a bit carried away, I think, with my mate Graham Crawford. Sorry about that. So my apologies there. Okay. But it is live. That's so, okay. Matty, you've had more than 30 seconds.
Our second pick is player number 202, Mitchell Woods.
Mitchell Woods, beautiful pick. So we'll come back to him in a minute, and then we'll go to spot on strikers, and we'll get them to pick. So your stop clock starts now. Jeff, he's out of Brockley in New South Wales. He's a right-hand bat, opening bowler, right arm fast, low order bat. He's played since the age of 12. I think we've all done that. He's played in Goora, Lismore, Armidale and Coffs Comps and a winter season in the Brisbane period for 2 years. So Mitchell Woods, welcome to Team Thunder. Very good. We'll come to you, Jeff. Your next pick, player number?
127, Ange Myers.
127, Ange Myers out of Mildura, Victoria, the first local to go in the draft. Ange Myers, and we'll start your stop clock now, Shorty, for EV2. So Ange Myers, he's a left-hand bat, he's a medium right-arm bowler, middle order bat. He's an all-rounder, definitely. He's a hard-hitting left-hander, and he will hit balls for sixes in this competition. He's played over 300 games at the Mildura Settlers Cricket Club, and a great pick-up there for you, Jeff Charlesworth, for the spot-on strikers. Now we'll go to EV2 for your next pick, please, Shorty.
It should be Craigsman.
Okay. So our next pick is this guy, right? Yeah. Our next pick is Dylan Fernandez.
Dylan Fernandez.
Dylan Fernandez. So he is number 45. Dylan Fernandez from Beaumaris in Victoria. Very good. We'll start the stop clock for Saxon Kings now while we have a look at Dylan Fernandez. As I said, he's from Beaumaris in Victoria. He's a right-hand bat and an opening left-arm fast bowler. Bats in the lower order. He's a Kamura's first and Springvale South first cricket player. Looks like he's also played Hawthorn in the Victorian Premier League for the Hawthorn second. So a great selection there from the EV2 cricket. Now we'll go to Saxon Kings for their next pick. And if we can have that, and that will complete round 2.
I hope to goodness this is the right number. It's number 42. And it's Gary, is it?
Eisenmenger.
Eisenmenger. Hopefully that's right.
That'll do for tonight. It is number 42. Great work there, Paul. And we'll come back to him, and we'll head into round 3 and start the shot clock there, or the stop clock, or whatever we're going to call it. Maybe we need a sponsor for it. The RJR Sports Your Clock started. Let's have a look at Gary. He's from Nunda in Queensland. He's a right-arm bat. He's a left-arm Chinaman. He's a tail-ender batsman. He's no claim to fame down there. But I tell you what, he's got a pedigree a mile long. Queensland country. He's represented Australia at the World Cup on a number of occasions. He's a legend in Masters cricket right around the world. And he's one of those guys that loves to party into the wee hours, for those that don't know him. But he's a ripper bloke, and he's another one that's been a great supporter of the spirit of cricket. So well done to Gary. Simo, you're up next, I believe.
Yep. We'll go with player number 6, Paul Baird.
Player number 6, Paul Baird from Helensvale in Queensland. Very good pick. We'll start the shot clock, and we might call it the spot-on clock, I reckon, Jeff, for Lightning Storm. So let's have a look at Paul Baird. He's a right-hand bat, right arm off spin. He's an opening batsman. He's still playing competitive senior summer cricket in the Gold Coast, and he was part of the second 2-day premiership team of 2022-23, T20 premiership in 23-24. So he's got a lot of pedigree about him, and a welcome addition to the RJR team. Now we'll head back to the Lightning Storm, to Scotty Taylor. Give us your pick, mate.
Okay, our pick is player 148, Brad Purdue.
148, Brad Purdue, another Mildura boy there, and he's going off to the Lightning Storm. So we'll start the shot clock now for the Saxon Kings. Brad Purdue hails out of Mildura, playing he's a right-hand bat, left arm off spinner, low order bat, brilliant in the field, got a great arm. He's currently playing A-grade cricket still in Mildura. He's taken over 700 wickets. He's also represented South Australia, plays at Grange Cricket Club in the over 50s in Adelaide, and he's a great pick up there for your team there. So well done to the Saxon Kings. Where are we going now? Actually, sorry, well done to the Lightning Storm. Now we're going to the Saxon Kings. For your next pick, please, Paul.
Good. Kings.
Righto, we've got number.
Okay, that's good, guys. I can't believe it.
Sorry, I missed that.
Randall.
What number?
150, Guy Randall.
Okay,
Guy
so
Randall.
your numbers are one out, mate. It's number 149, Guy Randall from Googong in New South Wales. So we'll come back and have a look at him. Thanks for that, Paul. We'll start the shot clock now for EV2 cricket, and while that's happening, we'll have a look at Guy Randall from Googong. He's a right-hand bat, a medium bowler, right-arm medium bowler. He's an opening bat, definitely. He's still playing second-grade Premier cricket in the ACT. He's a leading wicket taker there. He's recently toured the UK with the Australian over 50s team. So a fantastic addition there to the Saxon Kings. Shorty, over to you.
Again, no number. I'm sorry. Owen Gilchrist.
Owen Gilchrist. Owen Gilchrist is player number. Let's have a look here. 52 is Owen Gilchrist, coming out of Wavell Heights in Queensland. We'll come back and have a closer look at him, and we'll start the spot-on strikers clock now for you guys. And while you're selecting your player, Owen Gilchrist, he's an opening right-hand batsman, also a wicket keeper. He's a hard-hitting, aggressive batsman, likes to keep the score moving, and he's played 15 years first grade in Brisbane. He's been an overseas professional twice, and I'm wondering, is there any relationship there to Adam Gilchrist? I'm sure that will come out. I think there is somewhere along the line. It's not a common name. So well done to EV2 in picking up Owen Gilchrist. Jeff, your pick.
Yeah, tough. I just didn't know was player number 35 available still.
Player number 35 is still available.
Oh, that would be my pick, please, Ed.
Okay, it's Anthony Daly, player number 35, hailing out of Blackmans Bay in Tasmania. We'll start the shot clock now for Team Thunder, and while that's ticking away, we'll have a quick look at Anthony Daly. He's a right-hand opening bat. He's played for Newcastle in the juniors, New South Wales under-19 rep, New South Wales country rep. He's played Shield cricket for Tasmania, and he recently toured with the Australian over 50s team to the UK, so quality cricketer, and we saw that on display over in the UK. So great pickup by Team Thunder in Anthony Daly. Actually, sorry, that was a spot on strikers. Now we'll come to the Team Thunder. There's a lot happening here, Louis. Every time I come to you, I get you mixed up. I'm sorry, mate. Your pick.
Mate, you should be sorry too, but anyway, it's all good. We're going to go for player number 203, Jared Wyeth.
203, right down the bottom of my list, and it's Jared Wyeth from Camillo in WA. So while that's happening, we'll start the shot clock for the boys in WA, the Sandgropers. Jared Wyeth hails out of Camillo, WA. He's a top order right-hand bat. He's a medium right-arm bowler. He's first grade captain of Gosnells in 2000 and 2001, which is grade cricket over in WA. I would say a very handy pickup for Team Thunder, wouldn't you think, Fuzz?
Yeah, his all-round game is good. He's got a great arm. He's a good fielder, so that's a good pick.
Yeah, wonderful stuff. Now your pick, mate.
Our next pick is also WA guy. He's 101, Jamie Lee.
101, Jamie Lee out of Baldivis in WA. So we'll start the shot clock now for Irfan from the Australian Pavilion while we have a look at Jamie Lee. He's an opening right-hand bat, also bowls right arm off spin. He's played in the Pinjarra Cricket Club in Western Australia since 2009. prior to that, most of his cricket was played across the ditch in New Zealand. So looks like it could be a little bit of a smoky there, maybe. Anyway, great pickup by the Sandgropers. And Irfan, over to you for your next pick. Thank you.
Play number 151, John Rankin.
151, John Rankin. What a ripper bloke he is. Well done, great pick. And that's the end of round 3. We'll now start the spot-on clock for the Australian Pavilion, Irfan, so you stay on screen, mate, and get your next pick ready while I have a closer look at John Rankin, who hails out of the Colonel Light Gardens in Adelaide. He's a right-hand opening top order bat. He bowls some very rank mediums. He's a right arm bowler. He's played Adelaide turf cricket for a long time. He's won 3 A-grade premierships there. He is a legend of South Australian veterans cricket and has made a lot of runs for the Goodwood Cricket Club. And in the last 5 years, he's been playing Division 1 for the South Australian Silverbacks. So great pick up there, Irfan, and for the Australian Pavilion. And we'll go to your next pick. Are you ready, Irfan? Have you got your next one ready?
That's very quick. Player number 135, Karen O'Connell.
135, Kieran O'Connell, another South Australian there, and a very good quality cricketer, and we'll have a look at him. We will start the spot-on clock for the Sandgropers now, while we have a quick look at Kieran O'Connell. He's a opening right-arm fast bowler, probably the fastest guy going around in South Australia. He's a right-hand middle-order batsman. He also plays at my cricket club, believe it or not, in the over 50s. He's a ripper bloke. He's played district cricket for Salisbury up until he was 19 as a fast bowler. Got injured, but he's also a very attacking, handy batsman who has the ability to clear the ropes. So great pick up there by the Sandgropers in picking up Kieran O'Connell. Australian Pavilion. I keep getting mixed up here. We'll go to the Sandgropers now, Fuzz. We're back on you for your next pick.
I'm going to take player number 196, Paul Wyerberg, Birdie, the sailor who can hit the ball.
He is a sailor. He's a happy sailor too. We'll have a look at him in a minute, and we'll start the shot clock for Team Thunder. And we'll come back and have a look at Paul. Paul's from St Kilda, Victoria. He's a right-hand opening batsman. He has represented Australia in the over 50s in the World Cup. He's an absolute ripper bloke. I think we caught up with him in the Spirit of Cricket Clubhouse just after his Sydney to Hobart crossing in last year's Sydney to Hobart race, and shared some great stories and some pretty scary moments. So I'm sure he's going to play well for your team, the Sandgropers. So well done to you guys. We'll come back to you, Matty Lewis. I'm not going to muck it up this time. Team Thunder, it's your pick.
Thanks, mate. We'll go for player number 189, Ty Watts.
Ty Watts hails out of lovely Banks in Victoria. Great pick up for you guys. And we'll come and have a look at him in a minute. And we'll start the spot-on clock for the spot-on strikers. Thank you for that, Matty Lewis. So Ty Watts, he's a right-hand bat. Very aggressive attacking opening batsman. He bowls right hand or right arm off spin. He's played in Geelong all his life. He's won multiple premierships in Division 1 and 2, Turf 2 in Geelong. He's represented Geelong in the Div 1 country championships. He's also one of the Willowfest WAC longest hit players back in the day. We used to run a competition in Mildura, so he knows Mildura well. An absolute ripper bloke and well liked by everyone in veteran circles. So well done to you, Ty, and you'll enjoy the Team Thunder. Chiller, your next pick, please, for the spot-on strikers.
One of the nicest blokes I've ever met in my life. Player number 58, Neil Grice.
Number 58, Neil Grice from Rosny in Tasmania. And I thought you were talking about me there, Chiller, that one of the nicest blokes you've ever met. But Grice, he's a ripper. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock now for EV2 cricket. And we'll have a quick look at Gricey. He's a right-hand bat. Bats in the middle order. He's also an opening right-arm fast bowler. He's still playing second grade cricket in Tasmania. He loves bowling at the death. They call him Grum for a reason because he's a grumpy old bastard, but he's an absolute ripper bloke, and he has represented Australia before in the World Cup. So great pickup. Gricey, you're off to the spot on strikers. Shorty, over to you for your next pick, please.
We're going to surprise everyone and call and pick Mark Kratzman.
Mark Kratzman. Let's have a look. What number is he? Mark Kratzman is number 92. Obviously an amazing bloke, and we'll come back to him. We'll start the shot clock now for Saxon Kings while we have a quick look at Kratzy. Caught up with Kratzy. He was our captain for the Spirit of Cricket team, so he brings a lot of experience to your team in EV2 cricket. He toured New Zealand with us. He's a left-hand bat. He's also bowls left arm off spin. Very aggressive batsman and can also clear the fence. Obviously a former Wimbledon tennis player as well, travelled the world. Maybe we'll see a doubles match between the two Kratzys now that they're in the same team. So welcome Mark Kratzman. He's played Hong Kong Sixers Nationals. He's represented Hong Kong. His pedigree is pretty good when it comes to international cricket, so great pickup. Now we'll come to Saxon Kings and Paul Atfield. Your next pick, please.
There's still a bit of this guy.
We will go for number 95, Chris Lanigan.
Chris Lanigan, number 95. Excellent stuff. You got your numbers right that time, Paul, so well done to you. A big tick from Telf. Thanks for cutting him off because he was probably just going to abuse me. Chris Lanigan, and we'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock now for the Lightning Storm. Chris Lanigan, Stafford Heights in Queensland. He's a right-hand bat, opening right-arm fast bowler. He's played 12 years of first-grade cricket, Premier Cricket in Brisbane, and he's a current member of the Queensland Over 50s Division 1 team. So a very, very good quality cricketer there and a great pickup for the Saxon Kings. Scotty, you're up next at Lightning Storm, please.
Okay, so our next pick is player number 89, Adnan Khawaja.
Adnan Khawaja from Point Cook in Victoria. Great pickup there. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We will start the shot clock for the last pick in round 4 for RJR Sports. Let's have a look at Adnan. He's a left-hand opening bat, right arm off spin. He played under 14, under 19, grade cricket and patron trophy in Pakistan in the late 80s and early 90s. He played for the Sialkot Giants in the National Veterans Comp in 2015-16. A lot of experience there. The pedigree reads very well. So Adnan Khawaja, welcome to the Lightning Storm. Simo, you're up, mate. RJR Sports. Need to unmute yourself.
We'll pick number 143, Matthew Pigg.
143, Matthew Pigg out of South Grafton in New South Wales. Thank you. That's the end of round 4. We'll come back and have a closer look at Matthew in a minute. We'll start the clock for Sandgropers for first pick in round 5. While we're doing that, Matthew Pigg from South Grafton. He's a top order right-hand bat. Bats top 3 or 4, bowls right arm off spin. He's played in the Clarence River first grade competition since he was 16. He represented North Coast multiple years. What else has he done? He's lost a bit of drive there for a little bit, but he's really keen to get back in and play some really good quality cricket. So welcome back into the veteran scene, Matthew Pigg. Well done, great pick. Righto, we're now going to start round 5 and we'll go across to the west. And what? We're going to speak with Anthony Barranca.
Hey, Telf. With our pick, we're going to go player number 20, Johnny Bullitch.
Johnny Bullitch, number 20, Bullitch. Yes, so he's from Belcutta in WA. I can see a trend here. There's a lot of players going to state franchises from their state. So let's hopefully we can mix it up a little bit. But anyway, we'll come back to him. We'll start the shot clock now for Oz Pavilion. And we'll come back to you in a minute, Irfan, while we have a look at Johnny Bullitch from Belcutta, WA. He's an opening batsman, left-hand bat. He bowls right arm leg spin. He's played Top grade cricket all his career. He won Cricketer of the Year for the 3rd grade association last season. He's currently playing at the Belcutter Cricket Club. So that's a little bit on Johnny. So welcome to the Sandgropers outfit there. Now we come to, where are we now? Australian Pavilion. Irfan, your pick please.
Player number 63, Michael Hancock.
Player number 63, Michael Hancock, out of Mulgrave, Victoria. He's a left-hand bat. We'll have a little bit of a look at him in a minute while we start the clock for RJR Sports. So, Michael Hancock, he's from Mulgrave, Victoria. He's a left-hand bat. He bowls right arm off spin. He's an opening batsman. So he's a top order who's played all his senior cricket in Melbourne, UK. He recently had stints in Darwin and he's still playing Saturday cricket. He's also a coach in the ECA in Victoria and he loves playing cricket. He loves coaching and talking about the game. Sounds like me. Sounds like a lot of blokes that are being picked tonight. So well done, Michael, and welcome to the Australian Pavilion. Simo, you're up next.
Back again, unmuted. We'll go with player number 34, Shane Dacey.
Player number 34, Shane Dacey, out of Upper Coomera in Queensland. We'll come and have a look at him in a minute, and we'll go to lightning storm shot clock and start that rolling. And let's have a look at Shane Dacey. He's a middle order right-hand bat. He bowls right arm medium. He started as a 12-year-old way back in Melbourne, and he's 52 and he's still playing cricket, loves it, absolutely passionate. He's playing in the Gold Coast and another great supporter of the Spirit of Cricket brand. So congratulations to you, Dace. Be great to see you up in Mildura for this tournament. Rightio, we'll come across to you, Lightning Storm. And Scott?
Okay, so our next pick is player number 96, Justin Larkins.
Player number 96, Justin Larkins from Grovedale in Victoria. Well done to you. We'll start the clock for the Saxon Kings. And Paul, you're looking very comfortable there, so we'll get to you in a minute. So let's have a look at Justin Larkins. He's an opening left-hand bat, medium pace bowler, left armour. He's played cricket in Geelong for 40 years. He plays at the Murga-Bullock Cricket Club. I hope I pronounced that right. Loves fielding in the outfield, so it's always good to have blokes that want to do that sort of thing. So well done to you, Justin. Saxon Kings, over to you, Paul, for your next pick in round 5.
Thanks, Telf. We are going for Gavin Brown, number 17.
Number 17. Pete Brown or Gavin Brown?
Gavin Brown.
Okay, so he's number 18, mate. Anyway, we've muted Paul again because he can't get his names and numbers right. So Gavin Brown from Upper Kedron in Queensland is off to the Saxon Kings. We'll start the shot clock for EV2. It's already started. Great work. The production team are going well. A bit about Brownie. He's a very aggressive right-hand opening batsman. If there's something that he hasn't done in veterans cricket, then you better tell me. He also bowls right arm off spin, a ripper bloke. He's represented Queensland in the over 50s and the over 55s. He's also represented Australia as part of the World Cup winning team, I believe, when they played in Sydney. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but yeah, he's an absolute champion bloke and a great addition to the Saxon Kings. Now we'll go to EV2 cricket for their next pick. Shorty?
I'm going to go with Paul Wybird.
Paul Wybird, I think you'll find he's gone.
Gone, mate.
Oh, is he?
So he's gone, mate. So now very quickly.
All right, Paul Wybird gone. All right, so will we go with... Okay, we'll go with Matt Harris.
Matt Harris. Matt Harris is player number 66. Matt Harris from Idalia in Queensland. He's off to EV2 cricket. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock for the spot-on strikers and come back to you in a minute, Chiller. A little bit about Matty. He's a top order 3 or 4 left-hand bat. He bowls some medium, right arm medium spin. He started playing cricket as a junior, obviously, as we all do. He's been part of the Army and the Australian Defence Force team. He moved to Townsville, but he's had a bit of a spell, and he's now back playing in over 50s cricket and absolutely loving it. So it's great to have Matty Harris reacquainting with the game in the over 50s. Chilla, we're over to you now, mate. Who's your next pick?
Player 160, Tim Sargent.
Number 162. 160. 160. Tim Sargent. Yeah. We'll come back to him. We'll start the shot clock for you, Team Thunder and Matty Lewis, while we have a quick look at Sarge. He's another legend from South Australia. He's represented Australia up until the recent New Zealand tour at every international tournament. He's a left-arm opening bowler. He's been a stalwart of the Australian team over the last probably 7 or 8 years. His words, though, and everyone will get a bit of a laugh out of this, he's an average cricketer who tries his best and he works hard on his fitness. So that's Tim Sargent. Very gracious man. But yes, an absolute champion cricketer, and he will do a job for your team. There's no doubt about that, Chilla. Now we go to Team Thunder. Louis, your next pick and last pick for round 5.
Thank you. We'll go for player number 81, Steve Jennings.
Number 81 in Steve Jennings from Lilliput in Victoria. We'll come back to him and we'll start the shot clock for Team Thunder. Stay there with us, Louis, because you're up again next. And while we're doing that, we'll talk about Steve Jennings. He's a left-hand bat. He's an opening bowler, also bowls left arm, bats in the middle order. I got to see Steve firsthand when we played at Harrow in the Victoria versus New South Wales Indigenous game. Bowls an absolutely heavy ball and does a little bit with it, and also a very aggressive middle order to the lower bat, and super fit too. So great addition to your team, Louis. You ready to go again for your next pick? Give it to me, mate.
I certainly am.
It's all you.
Player number 165, Darren Shaw.
Number 165, Darren Shaw from Forrester Beach in New South Wales. Thanks, Louis. We'll come back to him and have a look. We'll start the shot clock for spot-on strikers. Back to you in a minute, Chilla. Darren Shaw is a middle-order right-hand bat. He's also a wicket-keeper. He's played for the New South Wales Blues in the last 2 national championships, so quality pick-up there. That's probably all I can say about him, so it'll be interesting to see him, but it's always good to see a keeper getting picked up in a team. So well done to you, Darren Shaw. Chilla, how are you going there?
I'd really like to pick number 145, Jamie Pitt.
145, Jamie Pitt. There's an absolute ripper bloke. Toured with us in New Zealand. I'll get to him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock for you, Shorty. You're now on the clock at EV2 Cricket. Jamie Pitt, let's have a look at Jamie Pitt. He's a left-hand bat, lower order. He's an opening bowler, left arm fast. And his comments, absolute classic. In his bio, he said, "I know everything about him." He's a ripper bloke. I think he was instrumental actually in organising the tournament up in Queensland recently, where all the states came up there. I believe it was his first tournament and did a great job. He'll be a great addition for your team, Chilla. A great team man, and loves to sit in the back of the bus and sing songs. So get ready for that. So it's going to be fun for you. Over to you, Shorty, for your next pick, please.
We're going to pick Neil Ronaldson.
Neil Ronaldson pulled out.
Oh, God.
That's 2 picks in a row that you've mucked up. He's not even on the list, Shorty.
Yeah.
Anyway, Neil, you got a plug. Thanks to Shorty.
Yeah.
Give us...
Okay, we're going to go with Mark Little.
Mark Little from Tasmania via Queensland. Mark Little. He's from Bushland Beach in Queensland. We'll start the shot clock for you, Paul, and we'll talk a little bit about Mark. So he's a right-arm bat, right-arm off-spin. He's now living up in Townsville. He won the second grade player of the match in a winning second grade final this season. He's played first-grade cricket since he was 17 in Tasmania. Made a truckload of runs and taken a lot of wickets. He's a quality pickup for you, Shorty, so well done to you. It's going to be a good pickup. He toured New Zealand with a Spirit of Cricket team tour that we took over there, so a ripper bloke. How are you going there, Paul? You ready to go?
Yeah, mate, I'm still trying to work out this number thing, but we're going to go for Phil Melville.
Phil Melville pulled out too. He's gone. He's not on the list. So have another pick, mate.
I will, just one moment.
It's all about you.
Chris Stacey? Is that correct? Chris Stacey.
Yeah, guys, just to be a pain, we're going to go for Chris Stacey, but we've got two of our guys overseas. That's why we're going through the phone.
I know,
that's why it's a bit of a pain. Sorry.
So Chris Stacey is your pick, player number 172. Chris Stacey from Launching Place, Victoria. Thanks for that, Paul, and you're doing a wonderful job, mate. Let's have a look. We'll start the shot clock now for Lightning Storm, and Scotty, you're on the clock. Chris Stacey's a right-arm bat, bowls right-arm medium fast as well, from Launching Place in Victoria. He's played winter cricket for Surrey Hills Cricket Club, and also the South East Veterans Cricket Club in the Veterans Cricket. It's actually the Saxon Shield, believe it or not, so it's a nice little plug for you, Paul, for your support you're offering Veterans Cricket in Victoria. Let's go over to you now, Scotty, for your next pick at Lightning Storm.
Okay, Lightning Storm's next pick is player number 14, Joshua Boyle.
Joshua Boyle out of Newport in Victoria. He's a ripper bloke, left-hand bat. We'll come and have a look at him in a minute, and we'll start the shot clock now for you, Simo, so you're now on the clock. Joshua Boyle from Newport, Victoria. He's a lower order left-hand bat, opening left-arm fast bowler. He's very passionate about his left-arm swing bowling. He debuted in first grade at 16, played Premier Cricket in Melbourne, and he's a life member and premiership player at the Keilor Cricket Club in the northern suburbs, and he's now head coach at the Port Melbourne Cricket Club. So quality individual there in Joshua Doyle. Simo, you're up next. Can't hear you, mate, because you're muted. You're muted again.
We're going for number 62, Mel Hancock.
Number 62, Mel Hancock from Evans Head in New South Wales. So we'll come back to him in a minute. We'll put Oz Pavilion on the clock, and let's have a look at Mel Hancock. He's a top order bat, right-hand bat. He's played since he was 14, and he's enjoying his cricket there, and he just wants to keep on playing according to his resume and bio. He's also currently playing at Evans Head Cricket Club. So, Mel Hancock, welcome into the RJR Sports All-Stars team. Irfan, over to you for your selection.
Yep. Player number 70, Tony Hickey.
Tony Hickey from Mildura. Tony Hickey, I'll come back to him in a minute. Thank you for that, Irfan. Sandgropers, you're on the clock. Tony Hickey, he's a right-hand lower order batsman, bowls right arm in-swingers. Played a lot of cricket with and against Tony Hickey. He's played first division cricket in Mildura for most of his life. He's played for the Silverbacks South Australian Division 1 team. And super fit. He toured New Zealand in the over 55s. He was my vice captain, a ripper bloke and a great addition. If you want some commitment, he's the man to have in your team. So great little pick up there for you, Irfan. Fuzz, over to you, mate, for the Sandgropers and the last pick of round 6. We're nearly halfway.
Thanks, Self. Player 121, Simon Milton.
1-2-1, Simon Milton. Is that a backup keeper? I love that.
Backing him to get runs, mate.
Wonderful stuff. So, Milch, you're off to the Sandgropers, mate. You'll enjoy that. And I know there's a bloke sitting in Queensland absolutely celebrating at the moment that he's been picked up. So we'll come back and have a look at him. We'll head into round 7. The clock's on you, Chiller. Milts is a right-hand opening bat. He's also a wicket keeper. He represented Australia at the over 40s in the World Cup in Pakistan. He's a mover and shaker in vets cricket. He's looking after 50s cricket at the moment. He's been helping run the T20 tournament up in Queensland. If there's something he want done, he's the man to do it. He's played great cricket in WA, and he's an excellent keeper up to the stumps, and probably a backup for Fuzz, I'd say, if he's got a dodgy knee. We'll wait and see. Anyway, round 7. Chiller, you're up. First pick in round 7.
I'm going for my third Kiwi player, 162, Kelvin Scott.
162 in Kelvin Scott. Fantastic pick up there by you, Chiller. He's out of Marshland in Christchurch on the South Island, and we'll come back to him in a minute. We'll start the clock for you, Louis, for Team Thunder. Let's have a look at Kelvin Scott. I've become really good friends with Kelvin Scott. He's a right-hand, lower order bat. He's a medium right-arm bowler. He's played Premier Cricket in Canterbury for over 15 years. He started his over 50s journey in 2019. He played in the World Cup for New Zealand that got cancelled. He's represented, I think he's represented New Zealand back at the World Cup again. He's played in the Nationals and played for New Zealand in Adelaide. So great pick up there by you, Jeff. Another Kiwi in your side, and it's great to see a few coming across and supporting our tournament. Louis, we're up to you now. Second pick in round 7.
Thanks, mate. Player number 88, Camel Khan.
Number 88, Camel Khan, the Ponds, New South Wales. And we'll start the shot clock now for the Sand Gropers, and we'll come back to you in a minute, Fuzz. He's a middle order right-hand bat. He's also an opening right-arm fast bowler. He's played cricket for various clubs. He's a key member of the SCG cricket, and he loves playing park cricket. So just obviously a ripper person who loves the game. So well done to you, Camel. You're off to Team Thunder. Fuzz, how are you going? You got your next pick ready to go?
Yeah, sure have, mate. Player number 30, Johnny Crognali.
Dominic, is it?
31, Johnny Crognali.
Johnny Crognali from Harvey Bay. Beautiful. Number 31, Johnny Crognali. We'll come back to him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock for you, Irfan, from the Australian Pavilion. Let's have a quick look at Johnny. He's from Harvey Bay. He's a lower order right-hand bat. He's also bowls some very handy left-arm off-spin. He obviously loves his game. He's playing for the Harvey Banger Cricket Club at the moment. So well done to you, Johnny Crognali from Harvey in WA. Now over to you, Irfan.
Player number 64, Trevor Harding.
Number 64, Trevor Harding from Camillo in WA. Okay, good pick there. We'll come back to him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock for RJR while we have a look at Trevor. Trevor is an opening right-hand batsman and also wicket keeper. Very handy wicket keeper because he's got 600 career dismissals, still very fit, very mobile. Represented Western Australia in the last 4 nationals in Division 2 and also in the over 55s Division 1. He's an opening bat. He can bat down the order. He can do whatever you want. He's made over 7,500 career runs. So well done to you, Trevor Harding. And over to you, Simo, RJR.
We're going for player number 184, Mark Vandermeer.
184, player 184, Mark Vandermeer. And we will come back to him in a minute and have a look. He's heading off to the RJR. We'll start the shot clock for Lightning Storm, which is away. He's from Coolum Beach in Queensland, sunny Queensland. He's an opening left-hand bat. He's a medium right-arm bowler. State rep for primary and secondary schools is in his bio in South Africa, I believe. So that's a fantastic little addition for your team there, Simo. All right, now we're off to the Lightning Storm. And Scotty, your next pick, please.
Thanks, Telf. Our next pick is player number 5, Richard Anderson.
Right at the top, Richard Anderson from Ashgrove in Queensland. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll start the clock for the Saxon Kings. While we're doing that, we'll have a look at Richard. He's a lower order right-hand bat, an opening right-arm fast bowler. He's played cricket for over 40 years. A majority of his cricket he's played with the Valley District Cricket Club. He's come through their age cricket, through to first grade cricket, club's highest second grade wicket taker, and club's top 5 wicket taker of all time. He's played in the UK, and he's playing and loving veterans cricket right now. So well done to you, Richard. Paul Saxon. Over to you, mate.
There we go again.
Get the numbers right, and we'll see how we go.
No, we'll never get this right. It's Phil Puller, and he's 140 something.
Phil Puller, he's 147, player 147. Phil Puller, well done. You're off to the Saxon Kings, mate. And we'll have a closer look at you. We'll start the clock for you, Shorty. So you're on now. We don't need a number from you because we know you don't have them. Phil Puller, he's a middle order right-hand bat. He's a ripper. I played a game of cricket with him in Queensland last winter. Born in Melbourne. He's played country cricket in the Yarra Valley, and then he moved into Melbourne, playing 20 years at the Richmond Union Cricket Club, where he was coach and captain of their first grade. And then in 2018, he moved up to Queensland. He's been playing veterans cricket ever since. Ripper bloke, great addition to your team. Shorty, over to you for EV2's next selection.
Well, our next pick is William Moggs.
William Moggs. I've just got to find that. There he is, player number 123, William Moggs from Logan Lee in Queensland. Thanks, Shorty. We'll have a look at him. We'll start the shot clock for the last round before we have a quick break, and we'll go to round 2. We'll stay there with us, Shorty, because you're up next while we quickly have a look at William. He's a low order right-hand bat. He's a right arm off spinner. Since he could walk, he's been able to talk about cricket and talk. He does. It's been his go-to for a long time. He's just like a blue heeler. He loves chasing the ball all day long. So well done to William Moggs from Logan Lee in Queensland. He's heading off to EV2. So into the last round before we have a break. Shorty, you're up next. If you could give us your next pick, please.
Yep, we're going to go with Ian Wood.
Ian Wood. Ian Wood is player number 201. Ian Wood from Bar Beach in New South Wales. Thanks for that, John. We'll have a look at him. We'll start the shot clock now for Saxon Kings. While we have a quick look at Ian, he's a lower order right arm bat, opening right arm fast bowler. He didn't play much cricket as a kid, but he started grade cricket in his late 20s right through to 50s, and he joined veterans cricket, and he's absolutely loving it and having a ball. So well done to you, Ian Wood from Bar Beach in New South Wales. You're off to the EV2 cricket franchise. Paul Atfield from Saxons, you're still looking very comfortable there. We'll see if you can get your numbers right. Who's your next pick, mate?
Okay, we've got Glenn Spencer, hopefully number 173.
I think you're just making this up now. Glenn Spencer is number 171, but if you're getting closer by the night, mate. By the end, you'll have nailed it. We'll have a quick look at him. We'll start the shot clock for Lightning Storm, and Scotty, you can give us your pick in a minute. Glenn Spencer, he's a middle order right-hand bat. He also bowls very handy right arm off spin. He likes, with his batting, he likes to move the game forward. He loves to hit the ball in the air and over the top and score quickly. So he's going to be a great addition to the Saxon Kings. Scotty, I can see you still strategising with Roachy in the background. Are you ready to go?
We are, Telf. The next pick is a player, number 71, Darren Hill. Darren
Hill, number 71, from Emerald in Victoria. Fantastic to have Hilly back involved in cricket, and he was a big part of some big scores, and I know that he made a very quick 100 one day in a veterans game, so well done to you. We'll have a look at you in a quick sec. We'll start the shot clock now for you, Simo. Hilly's a middle order right-hand bat. He also bowls some very handy medium bowling. He's played all his cricket at Roval. He's played 20 years before captain coaching at a few different clubs. He's won 7 first-grade premierships, and as I said, he's a very aggressive attacking batsman, and he can tear an attack apart very quickly. So great addition to you at the Lightning Storm. Simo?
Is that Darren Hill?
That's Darren Hill. Darren Hill has gone. Pick number 71. Simo, over to you, please.
Mate, I'm going one for the bowlers here. Number 81, Stephen Jennings.
Stephen Jennings has been picked up already, mate, so you'll have to go again.
Well, I will go number 147, Phil Puller.
He's gone as well, mate.
He's gone.
You've got 5 seconds to make a pick, or otherwise you'll miss it.
Number 27, Darren Cox.
Number 27, Darren Cox from Pimpana in Queensland. Well done to you, Darren. You're off to the RJR franchise. We'll start the shot clock now for Irfan from the Australian Pavilion, while we have a quick look at Darren Cox. He's a middle order batsman, left-hander. He's also a wicket keeper. He has actually played most of his cricket in New South Wales before moving to Queensland in 2020. The highest level he's played is first-grade Premier cricket in Sydney in the Western Suburbs, or with the Western Suburbs, Parramatta and Penrith. And he's now the current Division 1 captain of the Gold Coast Thunder over 50s winter team. So, very handy pick up there for you, Simo. Third time lucky, I guess. Irfan, over to you.
Yep. We're going with player number 55, Brian Goodwin.
Brian Goodwin from New Seville, Queensland, mate. Irfan, you've made my day. It's great to see Brian picked up. He's probably our number 1 fan at the Spirit of Cricket. He shares everything we post. We'll have a look at him. The shot clock has now started for the Sandgropers, so we'll come to them in a moment. Oh, there's Fuzz back. He's obviously off making a cup of tea, I'd say, but I'll come back to him in a minute. Brian Goodwin, let's have a look at him. He's a top order bats at 3 or 4, right-hander. He also bowls right arm medium fast. He's played representative cricket right through his junior and senior schooling. He's also represented Zimbabwe at the World Cup. An absolute gentleman of a person, and that's great to see him part of a franchise and heading to Mildura for that. Fuzz, you're up, mate, for your next pick for the Sandgropers.
Okay, I'm pretty sure not pretty sure, but Craig Calise, is he 20, 21?
21, yes. Craig Callias. Craig Callias, yes, yeah. From Gulfview Heights in South Australia. So he's heading off to the Sandgropers. So great little pick-up for you guys. We'll start the shot clock for Team Thunder while we have a quick look at Craig. Another friend of mine from South Australia. He's a middle-order, aggressive attacking batsman. He's also bowls medium right-arm fast bowling off a few steps. He's playing A-grade turf cricket in the Adelaide Turf Cricket Association for Para Hills, and he's also part of the Adelaide Easy Premiership team in the over 50s comp last season. So great pickup for the Sandgropers, and I know that he'll be looking forward to representing WA and the Sandgropers franchise. Louis, over to you, mate, for your next pick for Team Thunder.
Thanks, Del. Player number 26, Jamie Cornforth.
Jamie Cornforth, Milperra, New South Wales. We'll come back and have a look at him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock for the next and the last one, isn't it? Last pick of the round for round 8 before we have a quick break. We'll come to you in a sec, Chiller, for your last pick while we have a quick look at Jamie. He's a lower order right-hand bat. He's also a right-arm medium bowler. He's played juniors for the Panaya East Hills and Bankstown representatives. He's had a 20-year hiatus from cricket and has now returned to playing over 50s veterans cricket for Macarthur. They won the New South Wales state titles in the Division 1 with Port Jackson. So well done to Jamie Cornforth. Our last pick of round 8 before we head off and have a quick break and a bit of a refresh. Chiller, you've got the job to round out the last round, or last pick of round 8.
I haven't picked a New South Wales yet, even though I'm from New South Wales. So
That's good.
I'm going to go with a smoky. Player 170, Mark Smee.
Number 170, Mark Smee. Mark Smee from West Kempsey in New South Wales. We'll have a quick wrap of him. Thanks, Chilla, for that. So he's a lower order right-hand bat. He's a right-arm fast opening bowler. He grew up in outback New South Wales, and he didn't play organised cricket until after a 13 straight open men's played in the South Coast, Wollongong, UK, Newcastle. First and second grade opening. Last 17 years he's been on the mid-north coast of New South Wales, and he loves vets cricket. So fantastic stuff there. We will do that now. We might just have a quick review, will we? I'm looking at my... We're just going to do a quick review. We might actually see if we can pull up the teams and see what we can do here. We're going to do a quick review brought to you by Spot On Hose and Fittings. We're halfway through the project, the If Project player draft. It's been an exciting process so far. It's been enlightening watching some of our players' selections by some of the franchises, and we can see the teams up on our screen now, and we'll have a quick look at the Saxon Kings, and obviously we've got Andrew Sharp and Clint Kebley as their leaders. Stephen Mace, quality cricketer. Gary Eisenmenger, Guy Randall, Chris Lanigan, Gavin Brown, Chris Stacey, Phil Puller, and Glenn Spencer make up your 8 players selected so far. Then we'll have a look at the spot-on team. Matt Everest and Simon Tate are the leaders there. John Gary, quality cricketer. Ange Myers, a very attacking cricketer. Anthony Daly, Neil Grice, Tim Sargent, Jamie Pitt, Kelvin Scott, Mark C. That looks like a pretty strong side to me on paper. Great work there by Chiller. Team Thunder, Matty Lewis and Simon Neach, leaders there. Simon Waddington, Mitchell Woods, Gerard Wyeth, Ty Watts, Stephen Jennings, Darren Shaw, Camel Khan and Jamie Cornforth. Quality players there, and they will prove very strong. The EV2 cricket team, led by Andrew Kratzman and the Wild Thing Damien Meek, backed up by Ashley Sipple, Dylan Fernandez, Owen Gilchrist, Mark Kratzman. Brotherly love there, maybe, I don't know. I'm sure there'll be heaps of fights in the dressing rooms, maybe out on the ground. Matty Harris, Mark Little, William Moggs and Ian Wood round out the top 8 for EV2 cricket. We'll now change screens and we'll have a look at the Sandgropers, led by Anthony Baranka and Steve Golan. They've selected Robert Nichols, Ben Warren, Jamie Lee, Paul Wybird, Johnny Budelich, Simon Milton, Johnny Crognali, Craig Callius. A strong team there, full of a lot of depth, so great to see. The Australian Pavilion, led by Leith Dawes and Richard Gabb, very much a South Australian contingent looking team here. We've got Tim Hazeman, Graham Crawford, John Rankin, Kieran O'Connell, Michael Hancock, Tony Hickey, Trevor Harding and Brian Goodwin. The second last team so far, RJR Sports. We've got Jason Lavender as the skipper with Gary Lovett, his vice captain, Scott McIntosh, Ben Homan, Paul Baird, Matthew Pigg, Shane Dacey, Mel Hancock, Mark Vandermerve and Darren Cox rounding out that top 8 for the RJR Sports. And finally the last team, the Lightning Storm, led by Darryl Brown, international cricketer for the West Indies. I think he's the only one in the field if I'm right. I could be wrong, but Mason Robinson, Grant Dew, Scott McCarty, Brad Perdue, Adnan Khawaja, Justin Larkins, Joshua Boyle, Richard Anderson and Darren Hill round out our top 8 for the Lightning Storm. So that's how the teams are looking at the moment. As I said, we might just have a quick break. We'll have a few messages from our partners, commercial partners, and we'll be back in about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. So there's time for you to duck out, have a quick toilet break and maybe have a quick drink of water because I'm a bit dry in the mouth. See you real soon, live from the Spirit of Cricket player draft.
Yeah. Something wonderful happens when you travel here. The city vibe continues, but the outback's only moments away. Fresh produce is endless, the embers are hotter, and the night skies seem longer. Nature sings, kangaroos graze, and the sun glistens magically on the river. Photos captured and stories told are shared amongst family and friends. So when you're ready and it's time again, start your journey with us this year.
Welcome back everyone to the Spirit of Cricket IF Project Player Live Draft, live from the SOC TV studios in Newcastle. And as we have now just completed our first 8 rounds, we now move into the latter half of the draft. The excitement continues to build. Each franchise owner has showcased their strategic thinking and their deep understanding of the game, making this truly a captivating event. So let's get the second half of the draw, and the way that that's going to work, there's another 4 rounds remaining, and there'll also be 2 emergencies that the franchise owners will pick. So we'll head off into round 9, and we've got Saxon Kings who are going to have first pick, and hopefully we've got all of our franchises back in the waiting room. There's a couple of empty seats in the house at this point, and I'm a little bit worried about that, so there's also a few muted mics up there, but we might just cross now to Paul Atfield from the Saxon Kings for his first pick of round 9.
Thanks, Telf. We are going to pick Adam Mason.
Adam Mason, he's the keeper.
Adam Mason, and he is, and I'm just looking for it, player number 112, and he's from Narrawarren Narrawarren South in Victoria. So we'll come back to him and we'll start the shot clock for EV2 cricket. While we're doing that, we'll have a look at Adam. He's a right-hand bat, a wicket keeper. Must be a good bloke because all wicket keepers are good blokes. He's a middle order bat. He plays for Oakley, Bolwyn and Brighton in Warrigal in the WDCA. Obviously a keeper. Currently playing at, I think it's Dandenong West, down in the southeastern suburbs or the southern suburbs of Melbourne. So welcome Adam Mason to the Saxon Kings. Shorty, over to you for your next pick, please.
Our next pick will be Nick McFadden. Glenn McFadden. Tell you,
no numbers, you're getting the names wrong. Glenn McFadden, he's from Sippy Downs in Queensland. Well done, Shorty. And we've got an empty showroom and we've got no Irfan sitting there, so the shot clock has started for you, Irfan. I don't know where you've gone, but you're not in the clubhouse, mate. We need to get you back in. Let's have a quick look at Glenn McFadden. He's a top order bat. He's a right-hand batsman. He's also a right-arm medium fast bowler. And Irfan's just got back in. You've got 17 seconds to make your pick, Irfan, so get busy, mate. Let's have a look at Glenn. He's Macquarie University, Dubbo, Rugby, Moama Cricket Club, Riverina, and also New South Wales Vets. He's a Mr. Fix-It, batting anywhere, and he keeps wicket and he also bowls. So a bit of an all-rounding cricketer there for Glenn McFadden. So that's excellent stuff. Irfan, you're next up with your pick. Thank you.
Yep. Player number 91, Asintha Koralega.
Asintha Koralega from Ashmore in Queensland. You're off to the Australian Pavilion. Well done to you. We'll have a look at you in a minute and we'll start the clock for RJR Sports. Simo, you're on the clock. Let's have a look at Asintha. He's a top order bat, left-hand bat, and he bowls right arm medium pace. This year he captained the over 40s Queensland sub-district cricket tournaments in Brisbane for the Mansfield Cricket Club. He also played for the over 50s in the Surface Paradise competition by the looks of it, or cricket club. He's played over 55s in the Division 1 for Queensland. He's toured Sri Lanka and also England. Very good and welcome. Simo, over to you for your next pick.
Hopefully they're still available, but number 15, Robert Brealey.
Number 15, Robert Brealey is available from Netherlands, WA. Well done, good pick there, Simo. We'll come and have a look at Robert in a minute. And the shot clock is on you, Fuzz, from the Sandgropers in WA. While we're doing that, Robert Brealey, Netherlands, WA. He's a middle order left-hand bat and bowls left arm medium pace. He's fit. He still has a good throwing arm, and he normally ends up in the outfield. So it's always a handy addition to have that sort of cricketer in the outfield. Fuzz, over to you for the Blooming Minds Sandgropers pick, please.
Telf, we're going to go with player number 33, Nick Cullinan.
Just before you go there, Fuzz, and we might stay with you, you are the most relaxed player that's selecting players out of the whole 8 franchises. You must have a team of workers behind you making you look good.
I agree.
Yeah, I would agree with that also. Yeah, that made my work a little bit easier. Yeah, the homework's been done, that's for sure.
Wonderful stuff. So Nick Cullinan, 33, from Hamilton in Victoria. And we'll have a look at Nick in a minute. We'll start the shot clock now for you, Matty Lewis from Team Thunder. While we have a close look at Nick, he's another spirit of cricket tourist to New Zealand, had an excellent tour, opened the batting, scored runs against the Aussies. I think he might have even carried his bat. He made runs against the Americans. He was best off ground one night, drinking a truckload of Guinness, and I'm probably not allowed to say that, but I tell you what, he's a ripper bloke. If you want someone in your team that's going to have your back, he's the man. Life of the party, and will do anything for anyone. So well done to you, Nick Cullinan. He's a right-hand opening bat. He reckons he bowls medium right arm, but I'm not too sure about that. He averaged 100 in that tour over in New Zealand, so great pickup by the Western Australians. Matty Lewis, you're up.
Thanks, mate. We're going to go for player number 24, Paul Clark.
Number 24, Paul Clark from South Australia. Right-hand bat and wicket-keeper. Played junior cricket through New South Wales country. In Sydney, played 10 years of Premier grade cricket, 8 first grade cricket as well for Petersham, St George, Bankstown. Captained at all levels. He's still playing. 47 years of cricket. The brother of the current captain of Australia in Tony Clark. So well done to you, Paul Clark. You've secured a spot in Team Thunder. And now we go across to you, Chiller. I probably didn't start the stop clock. Sorry about that, but your pick, please.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Simon Tape Smokey, 199, Marcus Williams.
199, right down the bottom, in Marcus Williams from Grahamstown in New South Wales. We'll have a look at him in a minute. And that's that. And then we'll come to the Lightning Storm for their pick. In 30 seconds, let's have a look at Marcus Williams. A smoky, apparently. He's a opening left-hand bat, right arm off spin, hard hitting left-handed opening bat, right arm off spin, tidy strike and economy rate. ATCA LO Player of the Year in 2016. Got a good pedigree. Great pickup by the Spot On Strikers. Scotty, over to you for the last pick of round 9.
Feeling we need the best bat possible.
Okay, Telf, our pick is player number 80, Chris Jeffries.
Player number 80 is Chris Jeffries from Carterton in New Zealand. Great to see another Kiwi on board, and we'll have a look at Chris in a minute. And we'll go into round 10 and we'll start the shot clock on Lightning Storm. So you stay with us, Scotty, and we'll come back to you in a minute. So Chris Jeffries, he's a top order right-hand bat. He's also a right-arm medium bowler. He's played for New Zealand A over 50s, provincial cricket in New Zealand, captain provincial teams, and he's played over 100 games somewhere. It doesn't say where. He's currently playing with the Wellington Wanderers. So well done to you, Chris. You're off to the Lightning Storm. Scotty, are you ready to go again? You currently got muted, so hello there, how are you? Welcome back.
Yes, we are ready to go, Telf. Player number 8, Tony Kalman.
Anton Bellum, was it?
No, player number 8 looks like Tony Kellnan on my list.
Better go down to number 22, I think. Player 22,
Right, okay.
Tony Kellnan from Geelong in Victoria. Is that the right one?
That is correct.
Wonderful stuff. Player number 22, Tony Kellnan. We'll have a look at him in a minute. And we'll start the clock for Jeff. You're on the clock right now while we look at Tony. He's a middle order, right-hand bat, also a wicket keeper. He's played senior cricket for over 40 years. He's currently playing with the Geelong team down there, so great pickup for the Lightning Storm. Chiller, over to you, mate.
Yeah, if one Cronyol's coming, I might as well pick another one. Player number 30, Dom Cronyol.
Love the way you think, mate. So Dominic Crognali from Cairns in Queensland. You're off to play in the Spot On Strikers. Team Thunder will start the shot clock now while we have a quick look at Dominic Crognali. He's a top order bat, right-hander. He also bowls some handy right arm off spin. He's currently playing Masters at the North Beach in Kareen cricket competition. Played for Harvey and Banger in the Bunbury District Cricket Comp back in the day. So welcome to you. Matty Lewis, Team Thunder, your next pick in round 10.
Thanks, Telf. Player number 77, Russell Ingram.
Russell Ingram from Castle Hill in New South Wales. You're off to Team Thunder. We'll have a look at you in a minute. We'll start the shot clock now for the Blooming Mines, Sandgropers and Fuzz. I made a comment, you look relaxed. Now look at you running around like a blue ass. Well done, mate. Hey, got caught out there. We'll come to you in a minute. Let's have a look at Russell. He's a top order left-hand bat. He also bowls right arm medium. He's represented the Lanka Lions in New South Wales, the Mid-North Coast in regional teams in the over 50s comp. He's going to be a welcome addition to Team Thunder. Fuzz, over to you, mate. Did you go off and get some makeup or something done? Is that what happened?
No, we had, it was a tough selection this last one. There were 4 blokes and 2 of them were WA guys, so it was pretty tough.
Yep.
But we've gone with number 130, David Newham. Newham.
David Newham, Raby in New South Wales is where he's from. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock for you, Simo, from RJR Sports. And you've disappeared off to wardrobe as well by the looks of it, so hopefully you're back. Oh, there he is. Look, he's just appeared magically. So the clock's on you, mate. You've got 20 seconds and we'll come back to you while we have a look at David. He's an opening right-hand bat. He also bowls medium right arm. He's played in 35 countries around the world. He's a Sydney 50s skipper of MacArthur and also his Saturday third grade team. So this guy has travelled. I'd love to be able to say I've played cricket in 35 countries. Maybe with the spirit of cricket we'll get that opportunity. So welcome, David. You're off to the Sandgropers. Simo, you're up next.
Yes.
We're going to go for player number 125, which I'd love to say is just Doc, but it's Madalaji Priyantha.
That's very well done. Madalaji Priyantha, or is it Priyantha Madalaji? I'm not too sure. Anyway, he's off to RJR. He's from Norval in Queensland. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock, which has started for Irfan from the Australian Pavilion. While we have a look at Priyantha's, he's an opening right-hand bat. He's represented Queensland in the Nationals in 22 and 23, and CF in 2024. I'm not sure what CF is. He's been playing cricket for 45 years. He started in Sri Lanka, and he's been playing in Australia since 2015. So you are off to the RJR Sports team franchise. Irfan, your next pick for round 10.
Yep, we're going with player number 194, Mark White.
194, Mark White, another Mildura boy. He's heading off to the Australian Pavilion. Great to have Whitey on board. Another great mate of mine. Played a lot of cricket against him. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock for you, Shorty, and we'll come back to you in a minute while we talk about Whitey. He's a top order, number 3-4 bat. Bowls right arm off spin. He's currently playing cricket in Mildura. He also plays for the Hills over 50s team. He's played Victorian Premier Cricket Division 1 for the Camberwell Magpies, and he absolutely loves veterans cricket and he loves representing South Australia, and there's no doubt that he will be a welcome addition to the Australian Pavilion team. Shorty, your round number 10 pick. Mate, you're muted this time. You're not having a good run.
Hammer Stewart.
Hammer Stewart, is it? And he is player number 173 out of Mooloolaba in Queensland. Well done to Hammer. We'll have a look at you in a minute. We will put the next one up on the shot clock, and I can't remember who that is. It's the Sandgropers, but I'm trying to work out why I've got Paul in the clubhouse from Saxon. Have I got that right, gents?
He's next. Round 10.
Oh, we're into round 10. Sorry, I've gone to the wrong column. Sorry about that. Let's have a look at Hammer. He's a middle order bat, right-hander, bowls right arm off spin. He's played first and second 11 for New Zealand in the Northern Districts as a wicket keeper. He's become a coach with the Northern Districts, and then on the international scene, he's travelled Scotland and Fiji, and where else has he done? He lives on the Sunshine Coast, and he's part of the Maroochydore Cricket Club, so great addition there for you, Shorty. Paul Adfield, you're up next for the last pick of round 10, Saxon.
Anthony Wilkes.
Anthony Wilkes. Let's have a look where you are, Wilksy. I can't even see him on the list. There he is, number 197. I was just tricking with you, Paul, just to have a bit of fun at your expense. Anthony Wilkes will come and have a look at you in a minute. We'll head into round 10. We'll start the clock for spot-on strikers. Anthony Wilkes is a middle order bat, right-hand batsman. He bowls right-arm medium. He's enjoyed playing cricket over 40 years and meeting new people. Socialising is a big part of his game. And he's really looking forward to joining the Saxon Kings. Chiller, over to you for your next pick in round 11.
I'd love another wicket keeper, so number 51, Graham Gibbs.
3 games he played.
Number 51, Graham Gibbs from Middle Park in Queensland. We'll come back and have a look at him. We'll start the shot clock for Lightning Storm while we have a look at Gibbsy. He's a middle order right-hand bat. He also bowls right arm leg spin. I can't see that he's a keeper, but obviously Chiller's done a bit of research into him. It does say he's a wicket keeper, so he must do a bit of everything. He's played 11 games for Queensland over 50s, Div 1, over 55s in New Zealand, and he was also he's a keeper batsman. So good on you, Gibbsy. You've successfully got a Guernsey in the spot-on strikers. Scotty, we'll go over to you.
Okay, our next pick is player number 134, Craig O'Brien.
134, Craig O'Brien from Tulu Arm in Victoria. Well done. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll start the clock for you, Paul. Well, we have a quick look at Craig O'Brien. He's a top-order right-hand batsman. He's also a right-arm medium bowler. He's played RDCA, Ringwood District Cricket Association, Ferntree Gully District Cricket Association. He moved out of Melbourne. He's played A and B grade for Lakes Entrance when he first moved away. So he's now currently playing with the Sarsfield Cricket Club. A very good addition to the Lightning Storm. Paul, over to you for your next pick, please.
Stephen James is our next pick. Stephen James,
and his player number is 79. He hails out of Sunbury in Victoria. So well done to you, Stephen. You're heading off to the Saxon Kings. We'll start the shot clock for EV2 cricket for Shorty, and we'll come back to you in a minute while we have a quick look at Stephen James. He's a lower order right-hand bat. He's a right-arm fast opening bowler. He loves playing cricket at any level. He really enjoys veterans cricket. and he's been lucky enough to play in 2 national championships, and last year in New Zealand was his best performance. Obviously that was in Christchurch. So well done to you, Stephen James. You're off to the Saxon Kings. Shorty, who are you got next for your round 11 pick?
Round 11 pick for us is Grant Nelson.
Grant Nelson, and he is number 129 from Waterford West in Queensland. So congratulations, Grant. You're off to the EV2 cricket franchise. We'll start the shot clock for the Australian Pavilion while we have a quick look at Grant. So he's an opening right-hand batsman. He bowls medium fast right armers. He's 16 by 4s in Queensland Sub-District Winter Second Grade. He's an aggressive opening top-order batsman, and T20 is his game. It's in capitals. So his highest score last year was 207 off 116 balls, which included 18 sixes. There's a bit of a smoky. Grant Nelson from Waterford West, Queensland. You're off to EV2. Irfan, your next pick for the Australian Pavilion franchise.
We're going with the player number 98, Rizwan Latif.
Rizwan Latif, the doctor's in the house. Fantastic work, Rizwan. We'll come back to you and have a look. We'll start the shot clock now for you, Simo, at RJR All-Stars, while we have a quick look at the doctor. Obviously, he's a doctor. He's a middle order batsman. He bowls some very handy right arm off spin. He's part of the Spirit of Cricket Legends T20 team that we have here in South Australia. An absolute ripper bloke. He just loves playing cricket. He'll play cricket 7 days a week. He plays T20 comps. He's part of the multicultural tournament in Adelaide, and I played a game, one game this year, and I think we ended up getting 5 wickets for him in a T20 game. So he's a ball of energy and a ripper bloke. So well done to you, Rizwan. You're off to the Australian Pavilion. Simo, you're up next, mate. And I think you've muted yourself again, Simo. We're going to have to educate you.
Number 100.
Sorry?
Gary Lavender.
Gary Lavender, player number 100. Got that. Oaks Flat in New South Wales. There's a brotherly love connection again, so we'll come back and have a look at Gary. We'll start the shot clock for you, Fuzz, for the Sandgropers, for your round 11 pick, while we have a quick look at Gary. He's a middle order right-hand bat. He also bowls some handy little right-arm mediums. He's going to be going to join the RJS, or the RJR team, to be part of the brother team, and I'm sure he's going to be an important part of that franchise makeup. So well done to you, Gary. Enjoy your trip to Mildura. Fuzz, you're up next, mate.
Energy player.
Player 204, Todd.
Player 204, franchise owner from Ascot, Western Australia. We'll have a closer look at Todd in a minute. Well done to you. So that completes round 11. We now head into the last round, and we'll start the shot clock now for Irfan from the Australian Pavilion, as we head into that last round of 8 players. So there's 8 players. Oh, hang on. I must have missed it. Team Thunder. I've done it again. Oh, my God, Louis. I'm sorry. I've got too many screens here. Your shot clock has started while I have a quick look at Todd, okay? So Todd, he's a top order batsman. He's a right-hander. He bowls some nude little mediums, I've been told. He's a Western Australian Veterans representative in 2022. He was the vice-captain. He was the leading run scorer of that team, 2 man of the matches, 2023 Nationals Division 2, leading run scorer. He can play some serious cricket. He's currently playing with the Joondalup Wacker Masters team. Owner of the Sandgropers, and an absolute ripper bloke, and doing some amazing things with that franchise over in Western Australia. So well done and congratulations to you, Todd. Sorry, Lou, you've had probably a minute there to make your decision. I'm sorry I mucked you up again. Too many screens. Your pick, mate.
Okay, it's okay. Are you paying by the stuff up?
I'd be broke, I reckon.
Anyway, we'll go for player 84, John Jewis.
84, Johnny J. Johnny Jewis. player 84 from the entrance in northern New South Wales, or the entrance north New South Wales. That completes round 11. We'll start the shot clock now for you, Irfan, for the last pick of each franchise of the players that will be playing. There's 8 players remaining. While you're doing that, we'll have a look at Johnny Jewis. He's a middle order, aggressive right-hand batsman, bowls some nice little mediums as well. He's been part of the Central Coast over 50 state level, winning 2 of the last 4 and 2 runners-up. Brings a load of experience to that Team Thunder. He's currently playing with the Southern Spirit and Central Coast Cyclone and the New South Wales Blues. Great little pickup late in the piece for Team Thunder. Irfan, your last pick of the last round before we go to our emergencies. Good luck, mate.
Play number 67, myself, Irfan Hashmi.
Beautiful, Irfan. I was wondering when we were going to pick you. Great pickup, mate. Absolute legend. We'll have a look at you in a minute and we'll tell the world how good you are. While we're doing that, we'll put the Sandgropers on the stop clock. Fuzz has raced back in from wardrobe and makeup, and we'll get to him in a minute. Irfan, he's a franchise owner of the Australian Pavilion. He's a middle order batsman. He also bowls some very handy right arm off spin, loves his cricket, loves his memorabilia, he loves his Pakistani test and one day teams. He's played cricket in the Adelaide Turf Cricket Association with LO2s and the MSCC Cricket Club, and also played in Port Pirie in South Australia. So good luck to you, Irfan, good luck to your franchise, and can't wait to see what you and your team can do. Over to you, Fuzz, Anthony Barranca, for your last pick of round 12. Very important one.
Player number 7. He's kind of important to our franchise, actually. Colin Backenberg.
Colin Backenberg from Hillary's in WA. He's been a big part of the Sandgropers franchise. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll start the stop clock now for you, Matty Lewis. I'm not going to get the last round wrong. You've got 30 seconds on the clock, and we'll come back to you while we have a quick look at Colin Backenberg. He's a lower order batsman, right-hand bat. He's also a right-arm medium bowler. He played Division 2 in Western Australia in the 2023 Nationals. And a very, very handy player. He's playing currently at the North Beach Cricket Club. So Colin Backenberg, welcome to the Sandgropers franchise, and thanks for all of your support that you put in behind the scenes. Louis, over to you for your last pick, an important one again for you for round 12.
Thank you. We're going to pick player number 113, and just bear with me because I have to do it in his style.
Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the crease, Kevin Mason.
Player number 113, Kevin Mason. He's a franchise owner of Team Thunder, and of course we also call him 007. He was a part of the Spirit of Cricket tour to New Zealand where I first met Kevin, an absolute amazing bloke. He is one super cat when it comes to cricket. He's a nut and loves it. He'll be listening. He'll be sitting over there in Malaysia at the moment where he's playing in the Super Sixes. He's a middle order bat. We started the shot clock for you too, Chiller. He also bowls some very handy leg spin. He's a rabbit in the field and very quick between the wickets, and he will turn ones into threes. He's that quick. So well done to you, Kevin Mason, from Tighes Hill in New South Wales, which is just around the corner from the Spirit of Cricket studio. Chiller, you're up for your last pick, mate.
Yeah.
Would player 190, Paul Webber, still available?
I would hope so. Paul Webber from Sunbury, Victoria is now heading off to the spot-on strikers. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll start the shot clock for EV2 cricket. And we're keeping you up, are you, Shorty? You're a big yawn there, mate. We'll come back to you in a minute while we have a quick look at Paul Webber. He's an opening right-hand batsman. He bowls right-arm medium as well. He's played grade cricket with Footscray and also East Sydney. He's played cricket in England, and he's currently with the Sunbury Cricket Club. He hit his 31st 100 last season. His highest score is 233. He has an award for the championship player named after him. So a great little pickup there late for spot-on strikers Paul Webber. EV2, you're on mute, mate, so unmute yourself before you start talking. Thank you. And your last pick for round 12, please, John.
Our last pick for EV2 is John Short.
Ah, Shorty. Do you know what number you are, Shorty?
Nah, no. Number one, my team.
John Short, number 167 from Castle Hill in Queensland and a franchise owner. We'll come back to you in a minute, Shorty, while we have a look at the Saxon Kings and put them on the clock. Johnny Short is a middle order batsman, right-hander. He's also a right-hand medium bowler. He's played 2 years in Brisbane grade cricket when he was 19 and 20. He's also the owner of the franchise EV2 Cricket. They're also going to be providing all of our merchandise for all of our franchises. So great addition. He's currently playing in North Townsville and he's part of the Brisbane veteran scene. So well done to you, Shorty. Last pick for Saxon Kings. Paul Atfield, you've got a chance here to get the numbers and names right. Good luck.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is a cunning move, and we needed someone to mix our cocktails during the after-game fun. So we picked Boyd Peters.
Boyd Peters, 141. Cocktail mixer and extraordinaire from Box Hill in Victoria. Handy addition to the franchise. We'll have a look at that and we'll put the Lightning Storm on the clock for their last pick while we have a close look at Boyd. He's an eccentric character. He's a lower order batsman, opening bowler, left arm fast. He rates himself as a left arm fast bowler. We'll have to wait and see, but loves bowling big in swingers. He's been clocked at 105 kilometres an hour, so I'm not sure if that's in the fast category. Maybe that was downhill with a breeze. He's a handy bat. He loves cricket and it's currently playing with the Baldwin Cricket Club. Boyd Peters, you are part of the Saxon Kings franchise. Scotty Taylor, Lightning Storm, your last pick.
Okay, I wanted to pass on this, to be honest, Tel, but I've got someone beside me who's got a gun to my head, so I'm going to unfortunately have to pick player number 154, David Roach.
David Roach. We'll have a look at him, franchise owner and of the Lightning Storm. We'll come back and have a look at him. We'll go to the last pick. Simo, that's you up for round 12. We'll have a look at that pick in a minute while we have a quick look at Roachy. He's an opening bat. He's always batted in the top four all of his life. He tells me he bowls right arm mediums. I've never seen him bowl. He's played for Australia in the over 50s. He's captain Victoria at the Perth Nationals where they won the championship over there. He's now playing a little bit of cricket up in Queensland with the Brisbane team. He's going to bring a lot of professionalism and obviously experience to the franchise, the Lightning Storm. So well done to you, Roachy. Simo, who are you going to pick, mate?
Unlucky last, eh? Got to go with number 168.
168. Jason Simmons. You're picking yourself, mate. So you got a Guernsey. Well done. From Alanora, Queensland. We'll talk about you. You're an opening bowler, right arm fast, toured with the Spirit of Cricket in New Zealand, where we became friends. Can't bat, can't catch, can throw. He's a tail ender, number 10 or 11 or 12. He just loves playing cricket. He's a great supporter. We're going to be using the RJR balls through the tournament, so the white 4-piece, they are an absolutely amazing ball. And thank you so much, Simo, for being a part of that. So now what we'll do, we'll have we might just go straight into our emergencies, I think, Todd. So we've got... next up is the Sandgropers, and we've got Anthony Barranca back from wardrobe and makeup, looking splendid in his orange Rhino t-shirt. We'll go to you now. I think the shot clock has started, or has it? Are you ready to go? Are you, Fuzz?
I'm ready to go. Yeah, ready to go, Tel.
All right.
Yep.
Why don't you shoot me who you're going to pick as your first emergency?
Craig Broomhall. Was it 17, Todd? Yeah.
Craig Broomhall is number 16 from Mullaloo, Western Australia. Number 16, Craig Broomhall. While we're having a look at that, we'll throw the shot clock on Irfan from Australian Pavilion. And Craig is a lower order batsman, right-hander. He's also a right-arm medium bowler. He's had over 30 seasons. He's embraced every role in cricket on and off the field, from community clubs to state cricket. and he wants to continue the journey with the spirit of cricket, and he said that that's going to be amazing. Well, you're a part of the franchise, the Sandgropers, Craig, so good luck, and hopefully you can get a Guernsey as an emergency as part of that franchise. Irfan, your first emergency for the Australian Pavilions, please.
Yep. Play number 8, Anton Ballin.
Anton Ballin from Glenelg North in South Australia. We will come back to him in a minute. We'll start the clock for RJR Sports. Simo, you're now on the clock. Anton, he's an opening batsman and a wicket keeper. He's played A-grade cricket in Tasmania as a wicket keeper. Retired at 40 and he moved to Adelaide, where he's been part of the Grange Cricket Club and also the Easies Cricket Club as well. I think he's recently been appointed as the captain of the Grange over 50s team. Ripper bloke and loves to party as well. Let's see if we can get him into a franchise, obviously as an emergency. So well done to you, Anton. Now we're going to go to you, Simo, for your first emergency, please.
Good friend of mine, lovely bloke. Love to have been in the team, but tough luck, Beetle. Number 103, Mark Lennon.
Number 103, Mark Lennon from Brighton in Queensland. We'll come back to you, Mark, and talk about you in a minute. We start the clock for Lightning Storm for their first emergency pick. While we have a look at Beetle, another tourist with the Spirit of Cricket team. He toured New Zealand. He's a lower order batsman. He's a right arm opening bowler, bowls big in swingers. His words, he's a park cricketer and he's enjoying his cricket in his twilight years, and he loves playing with people that love the game. So well done to you, Beetle, as the first emergency. Like I said, I hope we can get you a game in Mildura, so well done to you. Scotty, we'll go over to you for your first emergency for the Lightning Storm, please.
Okay, our first emergency is player number 157, Steve Rogers.
Number 157, Steve Rogers from Merbau North in Victoria. You are first emergency for Lightning Storm. We'll have a quick look at him while we put the shot clock on. Paul Atfield from the Saxon Kings. Steve Rogers is an opening right-hand batsman, bowls right-arm mediums. He represented Victoria in the past 2 nationals in Division 3 and was finished second, beaten by New South Wales in the final. A little bit more information. He finished with 44 not out in that game and he was the vice-captain. So congratulations to you for being selected as an emergency. Paul, Saxon Kings, your first emergency, please. Hello, Paul.
Thompson, New South Wales.
Sorry, you were on mute. Your mute button was on. Go again.
Darren Thompson, New South Wales.
Darren Thompson, North Rothbury in New South Wales, first emergency. We'll come back to him. We'll start the shot clock for you, Shorty, at EV2. You're on the clock. While we have a quick look at Darren Thompson, he's a middle order batsman, right-hand batsman, bowls right-arm mediums. He's a hard-hitting all-rounder who's also very, very good in the field. He's currently playing at Greta, Braxton and also Newcastle Vets. So well done to you, Darren. Shorty, your first emergency, please.
Our first emergency is going to be Damien Watson.
Damien Watson, player number 188 from North Ward in Queensland. We'll have a look at Damien in a sec. We'll throw the clock on spot on strikers while we're doing that. And we'll have a look at Damien. He's a middle order right-hand batsman. He's also a right-arm medium bowler. He's played rep and grade cricket since juniors, currently playing grade cricket for the Norths, Queensland Vets rep since 2021, and he hails from North Townsville. So well done to you, Damien Watson. Chiller, your first emergency, please.
Well, I need another outfielder. That's my strategy, and he's also a Liverpool supporter. So Brett Roach, number 153.
Brett Roach, number 153 from Lithgow in New South Wales. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll throw the clock on Team Thunder. Matty, you look like you're falling asleep there, mate. You all right? It's been a while since I've seen you. We'll come to you in a minute, mate, while we have a quick look at Roachy. He's a lower order left-hand bat. He also bowls right-arm medium. He's played most of his cricket in Lithgow, but he now plays in the local Bathurst competition, playing with Hunter. And he's also represented with the Western Wildfires and New South Wales in the National, and also played in the Cooper Finlay. So Brett Roach, you're a first emergency for the Spot On Strikers. Louis, you're up next for your first emergency, please.
Mate, I wasn't falling asleep. I was just waiting for you to bypass me again. But anyway, it's all good. Our first emergency is player number 183, Mark Valletti.
Mark Valletti from Gulmurrid in New South Wales, 183. We'll come to you in a minute. We'll head into the last round of emergencies. We'll put you on the clock again, Louis, so that I don't forget you. And we'll come back to you while we quickly have a chat about Mark. He's an opening right-hand bat. He's an opening bowler, right arm fast. He's played for 40 years. He's still playing first grade with his eldest son, which is absolutely amazing. He found veterans cricket 5 years ago, and having played every opportunity he gets, he's travelled 12,000 kilometres last year for this great game. So he's currently playing with the Harwood Cricket Club. So Mark Valletti, welcome, and you're a first emergency, or an emergency for the Team Thunder. Louis, your second emergency?
Player number 104, Mark Lewis.
Number 104, to keep those brotherly combinations going, we've got Mark Lewis joining you, Louis. He's a right-hand bat. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll put you on the clock there, Chiller, at Spot On Strikers, while we quickly have a look at Mark Lewis. He's a top-order batsman, bowls some left arm off spin. He's played Bankstown, Watson, Green Shield in the mid-80s, first grade club cricket from 93 to 2021. He's played Western Suburbs Premier Grade cricket in 2000 up until 2022, current New South Wales Blues. He's played Willowfest, New South Wales Cooper Finlay, and also New South Wales for the Nationals. So Mark Lewis, welcome, and your second emergency for Team Thunder. Chiller, your second emergency, please.
I've got no idea, but I'm thinking I need another midfielder, so that's my strategy. I'm going to go with number 152, Mohan Ratnayaka.
Mohan Ratnayaka from Carindale in Queensland. You are an emergency for the Spot On Strikers, so we'll throw EV2 on the clock now, John, and while I talk about Mohan, he's a lower order right-hand bat. He's an opening right-arm fast bowler. He's played for Queensland and Sri Lanka in over 50s. He's very fit. He trains regularly, and he's going to bring a lot of energy to the team. He's playing currently in the Brisbane over 50s competition. So Mohan Ratnayaka, welcome to the Spot On Strikers. Shorty, your last emergency, mate. Last pick for the night.
My last emergency. Yep, one more of our North Queensland boys. Apologise, bit of support there. Paul Adani.
Paul Adani, I think he's player number 1 from Annandale in Queensland. Well done to Paul. He's an first or second emergency for the EV2 cricket. We'll have a quick look at him in a minute while we put Paul Atfield on the clock for his last round pick. Paul Adani is a lower order batsman, right-hand batsman. He's a right-arm medium bowler. He's an ex-A grade opening swing bowler. Stopped in 2009. He started playing vets 3 years ago, and he's going to be a welcome addition. He's currently playing, as Shorty mentioned, in North Townsville. So well done to you, Paul Adami. Paul Atfield, your last pick for the night. Keep us entertained right to the end, mate. You started off with pick number 1.
No, I finally got the right number. This is pick number 3074. And his name is Jeff Wells.
Jeff Wells.
3074.
3074, Jeff Wells. I think he is pick number 193. Thank you for that, Paul. He's from Clydebank in Victoria. We'll have a little bit of a chat about Jeff in a minute while we put the lightning storm on the clock. And we'll talk about Jeff. He's an opening left-hand bat, right arm off spin. He's followed by 6 other scores over 50. His highest score, T20 score, is 140 not out, opening for the College Cricket Club, followed by 6 other scores of over 50. It's a bit of a mess there, but he's playing for the Collegians Cricket Club. So well done to you, Jeff, being the last emergency for the Saxon Kings. Rounding out, we're getting close to the end of the night now. Got Lightning Storm, your last emergency.
Thanks, Telf. Our second emergency is player number 68, Phil Heyman.
Player number 68 is Phil Heyman from Kinross in WA. We'll have a look at him in a minute. We'll put Simo on the clock here at RJR Sports. Well, we have a quick look at Phil Heyman. He's a top order right-hand bat. He also bowls some very handy right arm off spin. He's played in the Nationals since 2019. He's a top to middle order bat. Very good fielding, and he, as I said, he can bowl some very handy off spin. He's currently playing with the North Perth Cricket Club, so well done to you, Phil. Simo, this is your last pick, mate. Unmute yourself, smile at the camera, give us your best shot, mate.
Mate, one of the nicest guys going around. Would love to pick him up in my team, similar to Beetle, but Richie McLennan, best bloke to have a beer with and play one-hand drums.
Richie McLennan, player number 116 from Railway Estate in Queensland. I'll talk a little bit more about Richie in a minute while we put Oz Pavilions or Australian Pavilions on the clock and come back to Irfan. Richie McLennan, lower order bat, left arm, fast opening bowler. He played again on the Spirit of Cricket Tour in New Zealand. An absolute amazing guy. Team first mentality. As Simo mentioned, he's good on the drums, and he was even better on the drums with the spoon in the pub when the Guinness was flowing. And if you haven't seen the video, it's live on the Spirit of Cricket if you wanted to catch up. He's played in the Cooper Finley. He's currently playing in Townsville. So Richie McLennan, you're part of the RJR team. So well done to you. Irfan, your last pick and your second emergency. What are you giving us?
Yep. Player number 38, Simon D. Ross.
Simon DeRuse from Mitcham Park. He's your second emergency. We'll talk a little bit about him, and we'll come to the last pick of the night. And Fuzz, you're going to have the honour of picking the last player, so no pressure on you tonight. And we'll come back to you. You're on the clock, hopefully. And Simon DeRuse, top order, right-hand bat, medium bowler, currently active Premier Cricket coach. Highlight where he represented Victoria in the over 50s Masters Indoor Cricket Nationals. Plays local T20 cricket with his son on Tuesdays and outdoors on the Saturday. So well done to you, Simon DeRuse from Mitcham Park. Well, mate, let's come to this, Fuzz. It's been a long night. I hope everyone's enjoyed themselves. You get the honour, mate, to round out the last pick of round 14 and the last emergency for the Blooming Mines Sandgropers.
Our last pick and second emergency is going to be player 13, Michael Beer.
Michael Beer from Fremantle, Western Australia. Thank you very much for that, Fuzz. He's a lower order right-hand bat. He's a medium bowler. He's played with the Phoenix Cricket Club, first 11 till he was 40. He's captain of the ODA for the last 10 years or so. He's also a very important part of the franchise, the Sandgropers, the Blooming Mines franchise over there. So there you have it, folks. That rounds out our draft. We're going to have a little quick break here while we do a little bit of graphics and mucking around so that we can come back and we'll catch up with our franchise owners while we quickly discuss each of the franchise teams. So if you can hang for a couple of minutes, 1 minute, we'll be back very, very soon. Thank you, and we'll be back shortly.
Something wonderful happens when you travel here. The city vibe continues, but the outback's only moments away. Fresh produce is endless. The embers are hotter, and the night skies seem longer. Nature sings, kangaroos graze, and the sun glistens magically on the river. Photos captured and stories told are shared amongst family and friends. So when you're ready and it's time again, start your journey with us this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We've reached the culmination of the IF Project Live Player Draft for 2024, and I tell you what an incredible journey it's been. Hope we've kept you entertained all night with some of the one-liners that our franchise owners have thrown at me. It's been a few curveballs through the night, but I think we've produced something very special, and that's what we're about here at the Spirit of Cricket, is making a difference at veterans cricket. So each franchise, they've carefully crafted their team. You can see the amount of thought and effort that's gone into the teams that we've now put up, and we'll go through those shortly. So we have our final rosters for the Spirit of Cricket tournament in Mildura, which is the 27th to the 30th of September. We will be live streaming games. This is part of something exciting as we move forward to roll out our global T20 competition into 8 different countries around the world. So this is the first of something very powerful and very exciting under the auspices of the Spirit of Cricket. So I tell you what we might do now. We might wrap the night up with a little bit of a word from each of our franchise owners, and we'll review their 14 player lineup. And I think what we'll do is we started off the night with Paul Atfield from the Saxon Kings, so we might throw straight to him, and we'll invite him in to have a look at his final makeup of his team. It's Paul, it's been an exciting draft for the Saxon Kings. Do you want to walk us through that final team selection and the strategy behind it?
Yeah, well, the strategy was done from overseas because obviously Sharpie and Clint were one's in Greece and one's in somewhere else, Switzerland, yeah. So basically he kept neutral. So obviously we've got, our two obviously original guys. And then to be honest with you, the boys picked the side they wanted. We picked a few guys, that we wanted to have in as fun guys that are going to help out with the franchise. But at the end of the day, we want to have a good time. We would love to win as many games as we can, but at the end of the day, we just want to have good cricket and just meet some good people. Yep.
And the draft that we ran tonight, Paul, you're happy with the players that you've been able to put into your team?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I've never been involved in anything like this before, so I'll be honest with you, it's quite stressful. And obviously we were waiting for the boys from overseas as well. It's great. I'm happy, and as I said, we just want to have a good make sure that end up being position.
Yeah. It's wonderful stuff, mate. Thanks very much for being part of the inaugural live draft, mate. You kept the humour flowing, mate, and the gags and the one-liners. Wouldn't have expected anything less from you. So thanks for that, mate, and we'll see you in Mildura. We'll now jump over to John Short from EV2 Cricket. They're going to be the proud providers of all of our merchandise range for all of the franchises and all the players, and it's going to be announced during the week. So well done to you, Shorty. I tell you what, mate, tonight you really pushed the boundaries with the no numbers and the names and all of that sort of stuff. But we got there in the end, mate, and obviously someone there is promoting the sponsor on the sleeve, EV2. Beautiful work. You need it. Oh, there he is. Have a look at that. Cratsy's in the background, the skipper, so he's obviously browning up to you to make sure that he bats where he wants and bowls where he wants and all of that sort of stuff. Cratsy, thanks for your work behind the scenes tonight. Shorty, tell us about your team and obviously your strategy behind it, and tell us, about the players that you've got.
Yeah, actually, we're pretty happy. There's some players there we didn't expect to get. There was actually a couple of good players there. We were like one pick out. You guys snaffled them just before we wanted them. But anyway, that's how it goes. But we're pretty happy. We've got a fair few all-rounders. So we're pretty versatile. Fair bit of off-speed, which we sort of think we've got a couple of quicks, but we kind of like the off-speed options, and a couple of bomb hitters. So I think, we're pretty fun. And we got, the Kratzy boys in there who are a bit of freaks. They can sort of make things happen. So
tell us how that's going to work for you. Shorty, tell us how that's going to work on the field and off the field with the two brothers, because I've seen them go at each other sometimes. And
apparently Andrew's captain, but Mark loves his 2 cents worth, that's for sure. So, but that'll be right. Actually, to be honest, I play against them at the Sunshine Coast, and they actually know their stuff. They're pretty clever cricketers, so they'll be good. They're good masterminds.
Yeah, wonderful stuff, Shorty. Thanks very much for being a part of the whole concept, and thanks for all of your support and backing. So good luck to you in Mildura, and we'll catch up with you there. We'll now go on to Jeff Charlesworth, another great supporter of the spirit of cricket and the spot-on strikers. Jeff, it was amazing watching you select tonight. I was amazed at how chilled you looked. That's obviously your nickname, Chiller. Tell us about the way you picked your team, and tell us about some of the players, and how happy you are with those players in your team.
First of all, Telf, you talked about wicketkeepers before. Actually did a game between Western Australia in Division 1 versus South Australia at the Summit in 2022. And one of the best wicketkeepers I've ever seen in my life is a guy called Anthony Branca, believe it or not. He's set up now. But yeah, look, I loved umpiring Anthony because he hit the ball so straight, and I just thought he was But I did see, I think he's got an injured knee, so that'll benefit most of us. You see him limping against England or Wales. I think it was Wales, actually. But what I think is, I think the teams are very evenly matched. You might have one or two players there that, might be a little bit better than each other. But I think all-round strategy of everyone was unbelievable. I think I only lost 4 players out of my 42 that I was going to pick, which was great. And look, what a sensational job. And all I want to say is I just can't wait to meet these franchise owners and catch up with some players. And I've got the best seat in the house because I'm going to umpire all these games. And, I've got the best seat in the house. So Jizzy going to cop some from me. Don't worry about that.
And just so everyone knows, Jeff is our umpires coordinator. He's won the umpire of the year in Adelaide at the over 50s nationals. He also went across to Christchurch and won the umpire of the championships over in Christchurch for the over 50s. A fantastic supporter of what I do and what the spirit of cricket is all about. And you're a welcome addition as a franchise owner, bringing in that umpire's perspective. And for all of those people out there wondering whether he's going to give any dodgy LBs or caught behinds because he's umpiring, it's not in his makeup. And the other thing is he won't be umpiring any of his franchise games. So well done to you, Jeff, and thanks for all your support and what you brought to the table, mate. Now we'll head over to Team Thunder. I've got to make sure I get this absolutely perfect because I mucked him around all night. And Louis, I'm so sorry. You must have been in a black spot or a blind spot or something like that. I just kept missing you and mucking you up. So I really do apologise for that, mate. Fantastic team that you put on the park. Tell us a little bit about it, your strategic decisions behind some of the players and what you think your team's going to bring to the tournament.
Oh, look, we did our homework, and apart from fun and being able to compete on the field as far as their skills are concerned, we picked a very agile team. We recognise that the batting and bowling are major parts of T20, but so is fielding. So we intend to shock the world with it. So we'll see how we go.
Wonderful stuff, mate, and thank you again for all of your input tonight, and thank you for filling in at short notice. I know Simon's with you there down south of Sydney, so thank you to Simon for being your support tonight. And to Kevin Mason, you let us down, mate, but you know what, you've got a great bunch of leaders as part of your franchise. Let's now go over to the Blooming Mines Sandgropers, and there's Todd in the foreground, stealing some thunder, I guess, from Fuzz and Anthony Branca. Fuzz, what a great night, mate. As I said earlier, you're the most chilled, looking franchise selector of the whole night. Obviously a very hard-working team behind you to make you look good. Tell us just quickly before we go on to the team that you've selected, tell us a little bit of a summation of the tour of the UK. Obviously a lot of people were watching it live through the live streams that were coming into Australia. A fantastic performance by your boys. You must be proud as, you know, the vice captain of the touring party, and you've been a part of the scene now for, you know, 3 tours. Well done, and yeah, just tell us a little bit about that tour and what it meant to you and the team.
Yeah, thanks, Telf. Yeah, it was an amazing trip. I hadn't been to the UK. I had the opportunity as a 21-year-old and knocked it back for work, but got a bit of a taste of what the pitches were like, and great bunch of blokes, 7 debutants that all played against Ireland in the first game. And yeah, we got to look at another bunch of blokes that well, most of them, I think, can play that next level and be in the mix for the World Cup. But to walk away with a couple of trophies, the Miners Lantern against Wales and then the Marlborough Cup was huge. Some of the cricket played was brilliant, and the weather was unbelievable. So we got a lot out of it, and memories with new blokes again that I'll call mates for life. That's what's so good about it.
Yeah, well, wonderful stuff, Mark. Well said. And now tell us about this Sam Gropers T20 cricket franchise. You've got some amazing workers behind the scene, and look, you're leading probably one of the most powerful franchises within the group. A fortunate position for you to be in. Tell us about your selection and the strategies involved with some of the players that are participating.
Yeah, well, we got most of what we wanted. Obviously, we thought John Gary would go high, so there was only a couple we didn't get. But we've gone for a bit of variety. We've got, you know, a leggy, we've got a left arm offie, a couple of right arm offies, and some medium pace. But again, agility wise in the field as well, we were pretty high on that.
Except for you.
It wasn't. Yeah, yeah. No, I'll be right. So. But no, we're pretty happy with that squad there, and we've got some big hitters through there. And yeah, looking forward to catching up with Birdie and a few good blokes like that haven't seen each other for a while. And yeah, really looking forward to it, and loved the night. I thought it went really well. Yeah, I love the layout of it. It went quite well.
Yeah. Look, I only made a few bloopers through the night, and I think someone's put their hand out and collecting all the fines, and I think I'm probably a little bit out of pocket. But Fuzz, thank you so much for being a part of tonight. Thank you all to your team over there in the West, and we can't wait to host you in Mildura. And obviously, the week before is obviously the Spirit of Cricket Festival, where the Aussies will take on the New Zealanders, and there's plenty of New Zealand talent in this tournament as well as the tournament the week before. So it's going to be a great 2 weeks in Mildura. So thanks, mate, for joining us and being a part of tonight. Now we'll head over to Irfan Hashmi from the Australian Pavilion, and we'll have a closer look at his very, very much South Australian aligned team. Obviously a lot of inside information about some of those players. Irfan, look, first of all, thank you so much for being a part of over 50s cricket and the Spirit of Cricket. We only met a couple of months ago, and I know it's been a real steep learning curve for you. But you started off really well by, you know, securing Leith Dawes and Richard Gabb, who've been part of the veteran scene, obviously in South Australia for a long time. And they've also both represented Australia. Maybe quickly tell us about some of the guys that you've picked up in your team, and obviously what the strategy is behind the Australian Pavilion moving into Mildura.
Yes, it's a big thank you for introducing me to Leith Davis. It's beautiful connection with him, and we select players. Being I'm new with this 50 league, and I was not aware about many players, but Leith make it so easy, and we were training before as well, and we were talking about what we're going to do. So we have a combination of right arm, left arm, some good spinners and some quick ones. But the best thing is that the process that I've gone through from last few hours and previously, it's really fascinating. Never been to this kind of selection environment. Previously involved in some cricket, but the night goes. It looks like very daunting before, but you know. The checks that you send, the messages that you send throughout the day, and making sure that we're going to have everything upright, and it makes so easy in the end. And looking forward for more friendships, and looking forward to meet all the blokes coming to the Mildura, and we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna have party. Eventually, we're gonna play cricket, for maybe a competitive cricket, but it's more about connection and future alumni connections as the future.
Wonderful
looks
stuff.
50 plus.
Wonderful stuff, Irfan, and thank you much for your short and small contribution so far, but welcome to the Vets cricket family here in Australia, and it's great to have your involvement, and obviously as we expand around the world, you'll open doors for us, especially into that Pakistan area. Now we're going to go to Jason Simmons, old mate from the RJR All-Stars, part of the Spirit of Cricket tour off to New Zealand, where he didn't get a wicket for the first 4 games, but then came home with a wet sail, picked up his first wicket on the last game, and he hasn't looked back since in Queensland cricket. He's been taking bags of wickets left, right and centre. Mate, we're going to be using your balls, so you should be right. You should be able to swing them around corners and all that sort of stuff. So the RJ ball is going to be part of the Spirit of Cricket Global franchise network as we travel around the world. So that in itself is going to be really, really fun to watch as we take, this sounds a little bit funny, your balls all around the world, mate.
Oh, well, you've got to take them somewhere.
Tell us a little bit about your team, mate.
Yeah, what a concept. I love everything about veterans cricket at the moment. Is just getting bigger and better. Great team, a lot of old friends, a few new friends, hopefully. Scotty McIntosh hopefully won't be able to hit me since I picked him. Would have loved to have picked up a couple more Kiwis, but just missed out. And again, just got a good mix, good agile, lot of batting. Good fielding side, and a couple of bowlers of sort of every description. So fantastic mix, and hopefully we are more than competitive down there against some fantastic other teams.
Yeah, wonderful stuff. Well done, Simo, and we look forward to dragging your balls all around the world, mate. Thanks very much, Simo. Now we'll head off to our last franchise owner in David Roach from the Lightning Storm. Look at him there, chilled out, Mr. Chill. Called in someone at the last minute to help him out in Scotty Taylor. He did a great job. In fact, he was probably better on camera than you, and you were right at the start of the night. But you obviously pulled all the strings, mate. Your team chock full of a lot of talent there. Tell us about your strategy and obviously the players you ended up with.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations on not just to you, Talp, but I know there's a lot of people in the background that got this together. So congratulations to all them guys too. But it was a great concept, and how it was run was perfect. So well done. Yeah, we're happy, mate. We're more than happy. We got I think we got 7 out of the 11 that we wanted.
Good stuff.
A few that went a little bit earlier than we thought might have, so we missed out on them. But I think overall, pretty happy with what we got. A lot of batsmen, a lot of bowlers, a lot of all-rounders in the team. We don't have too many that just bat or just bowl. So a mixture from over the ditch, the Kiwis, and a few from Queensland and other places around our country. But I'm just having a look at our team now. A few Victorians, but more than happy with our team. Look forward to grand final weekend up in Mildura and playing our Saturday game a little bit earlier so we can watch the AFL grand final also.
Yeah, wonderful stuff, Roger. Thanks very much for joining us tonight, mate, and your input over the last 2 or 3 months has been absolutely sensational. I believe you've got a franchise ambassador in Billy Brownless, who may or may not be in Mildura, but he's going to be right behind your franchise. And for those people from outside Victoria, he's a Triple M radio announcer, worked on the Footy Show in Channel 9 and an AFL footballer, former AFL footballer. He's also played cricket before. He played second 11 cricket at Essendon. I think he might have even played district first. I'm not sure. But Billy Brownless is part of your team. Just on that, and thank you very much for that, Rochi. As we go to look to wrap up now, Todd. Just on that, Jeff Charlesworth looks like he's secured Dougie Walters as part of his franchise, the spot-on strikers, and I believe Dougie's heading to Mildura for that weekend, which is an amazing coup. We'll also have Peter Walsh there, and Walshy, I know you're watching there tonight, mate. I hope we've done you proud with what we did. As you sure saw, it was a pretty busy show. We've now probably nearly gone 2.5 hours. It's been a long night. I'm mentally exhausted to keep this show going, but it's been a great night. I do want to say one more thank you to all of our brilliant sponsors and amazing sponsors, Spot On Hose and Fittings, Jeff and Ben Charlesworth. You guys rock and give me the passion to keep pushing. Also to Clint Hoffman at the IF Project, the app for men's mental health. As I said, do yourself a favour and upload that app. It can make a difference not just to you if you're in a spot, but if you've got mates out there, make sure that they get an app on their phone. It'll help them through tough times. So thanks for your support tonight, Clint. Also, finally, to the Mildura Rural City Council, where we're heading in September from 27th to the 30th of September. Thank you to them. We're really looking forward to coming to the town and obviously playing on some amazing facilities, turf wickets up there. It's early in the season, but we know that we can get them up so that we can play some really competitive cricket. To visit Mildura, they will promote what they've got on in that region. So if you're thinking of, spending a couple of weeks away, why not head to Mildura in September? There'll be a week of cricket between Australia and New Zealand, over 50s ODI teams, and there's an Australian A team being put together, and so there's going to be 24 to 30 guys from Australia that will get to the opportunity to press as we all move towards the Sri Lankan World Cup in 2025. So that's going to be a great week, and then we'll go into the Spirit of Cricket Championships over that weekend. Finally, a massive shout out to the team here behind the scenes. They've made me look good all night. They've also made me look quite crappy at night as well. But to be live and to Todd Wardrop and your team of geniuses, I think we've pulled it off and we've produced a really slick production. So big thumbs up to you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that's out there in Spirit of Cricket Land, and hope you've enjoyed tonight. To all our franchises, can't do it without you guys. Massive shout out to you. You've been a massive part of leading into this, and we're only just starting. There's a lot of work to do now. Between now and September, we've got uniforms to organise, accommodation, transport in and out of Mildura for our players, 2 or 3 functions. It's full on now between now and September. So a lot to do, a lot to look forward to. It's exciting times in veterans cricket here in Australia, and not just Australia, right around the world as we expand the Spirit of Cricket T20 global franchise concept. So from myself, Anthony Telfer, it's been an absolute pleasure being your host tonight. Thank you, as I said, to all of the amazing franchise owners who've been a part of this production tonight. We might have had a few moments early on, but I think we got there. Thank you to everyone for tuning in, and have a great night. It's Sunday night. Go and enjoy, and we'll catch you real soon on the Spirit of Cricket.